It is Thursday, May 11th at 7:07. We are only 7 minutes, but that's 2 sevens. So if we could get one more 7, that's lucky. That's lucky. All right, so when you're on and watching, there's Craig. This looks a little crooked. Let me get it more like right here. No, we put in a pre-order. I saw that in stock and I got it. Looked pretty interesting. All righty, what night is this? Thursday? Well, my Facebook app is trashed. I can't. It's just a black. It's been like this all day. That's what happens when I click on Facebook. Just like a blacked out screen. I'm probably gonna have to reset my phone. I don't need it right now. If this other app will work, if my other phone will work, then I'm good. And it is working. Ever since I've been on those calls with Facebook trying to get our ads working better, my Facebook account's been wacko. Let's share that. Let's copy a link here. Alright, let's go here in the group. Alright, I'm getting everything shared. I hope you're doing the same. Let's paste that in there. Paste that in there. Let's go back over here. Well, it's the same way. I click on my menu. It's just, how do I get? I guess I'll have to do this. That is really bad. I can't see that. Let me go over here to Suite, Business Suite. Some kind of bug. Definitely some sort of bug happening here. Bear with me for a second. I'm working on getting everything shared. Well, can't do it that way. Well, won't be able to do that. That's okay. I'll go over here and work on it through. Tanner, I'll need the iPhone charger at some point. I'm already at 10% on my phone. Get that charged up. And let's go over here. Let's delete last night's story. And get tonight's story posted. Okay, live now. Boom. Your story. Let's go. Here we go. Okay, so Thursday night, new arrivals, new vintage, new stuff. That's what we're gonna be doing. New stuff. We love new stuff. If you saw any of the 16 records, minus a couple that was in that hot picture, they're going to be put up for auction tonight if that's why you're on watching. If you don't know why you're on watching, then I'm going to tell you why. You're here to buy records. I can promise you that. You're here to buy records. That was the warm-up bin from last night. Let me actually take that off. I'm going to slide this one over here. We're going to make that tonight's warm-up bin. And I'm going to put this one over here. All right, then we're going to go through new releases. and then new vintage, and then new everything, and then new auctions. If you haven't already, if you're watching on Facebook, there's 2 ways you can help us out without even making a purchase, and that's hitting the thumbs up button and that's hitting the share arrow. When you hit the share arrow, you can share it to a variety of different places, like your main page, which is the best. That way all of your friends can see it, especially if you have a public account. You can also send it to Messenger. You can send it to individual friends, like, hey, they're live tonight. You can also send it direct to a group. If you're in a record community or a record group and they allow sharing, let me know. And then if you're on YouTube, you can share it. You can copy the link and you can post it, this or that, wherever. But you can also hit the thumbs up button on YouTube. And that really helps us out because that helps the analytics know I like this video, and that kind of bumps it up. So maybe if people like vinyl, if they watch a lot of vinyl videos on YouTube, people reviewing records, people showing new releases and reviewing those. I watch a lot of those myself. Then you get suggested other videos. So one night, somebody might get suggested this feed, they hop on, and they become a loyal customer. A loyal customer for years to come. That's why we do this. Hopefully, or that's why I asked to share. So let's go through some new vinyl. This is just a bin of random stuff on the table. Beck Guralito. Beck is $44.99 for Guralito. Beck is $44.99. The Beatles, Please Please Me, $36.99. You can buy a true UK first pressing on the gold Parlophone label and spend like $5,000, or you can buy this remaster for $36.99. Jason Byrne is going to settle for the remaster. He gets the Beatles. That's so to Jason Byrne. Thank you, sir. Ozzy. If you want to put on some Ozzy and just listen to his hits, this is the record. It's called Memoirs of a Madman. $44.99. That's a 2 LP. Crazy Train, Mr. Crowley, No More Tears, Mama, I'm Coming Home, Miracle Man. All those great Ozzy songs. 2 LP, $44.99. Carole King, live, 1971 at the BBC. That is $28.99. Also has James Taylor on there. Carole King is $28.99. Bob Marley, Confrontation. Bob Marley is a Jamaican press, and that's pressed in Jamaica, numbered and limited on the back, $36.99. And Bob Marley Survival. Bob Marley Survival is also $36.99. I'm going to do something that I've made a mistake the last 2 nights not doing, and that is turning on our air conditioning. I'm over here like sweating. Yeah, it's 78 degrees in here. It needs to be a cool 67. That's how we are comfortable. Let me make sure the actual fan or the... it's on. Okay. Last night I was over here like breaking out into a sweat. We was selling so fast and I was talking so much. We're going to do that again tonight. George Harrison, Cloud 9, $36.99. George Harrison, Cloud 9, remaster, $36.99. I've got my mind set on you. John Lill said, Carol, was that a claim? Or yes, that was Carole King. Sell that to John Lill. Thank you, John Lill. Coldplay, A Rush of Blood to the Head. Coldplay, $33.99. Includes In My Place and The Scientist. Coldplay is $33.99. The Cult, I'm down to just a few copies. The Cult is Love, $31.99. The Cult Love, $31.99. The Electric Kool-Aid. Yeah, I hope she brings some more of that back by here. Boy, that kept me up. I was focused and working up until like 7 o'clock, and I didn't even realize what time it was. John Wilson on Love. That's so to John Wilson. I've got 2 more copies left. That is black vinyl. This is the Get Up Kids Adora. Get Up Kids Adora. That's a 25th anniversary limited edition colored vinyl, $44.99. We still have in stock Zach Bryan. Zach Bryan is $59.99. That is 34 songs on 3 LPs. That's 3 LPs, $59.99. Clocks is also on Coldplay. Is Clocks on there too? Oh, it is. They need to put that on the hop sticker. Yeah, that's right. Clocks is on there. That's one of my favorites by Coldplay. Dark Side of the Moon remaster, $38.99. Sounds incredible. Slipknot Volume 3, The Subliminal Verses. Slipknot is $36.99. Purple vinyl, $36.99. Where's the track listing on here? Well, they don't put it on here. It's got a couple very recognizable songs on it, though. Skinny Puppy, Rabies, $29.99 for Rabies, Skinny Puppy. Dead Kennedys, Plastic Surgery Disasters, $26.99. And Motley Crue Dr. Feelgood. Dr. Feelgood is $33.99 for Dr. Feelgood. I'm going to turn this camera down just a tad if I can. Let me unloosen this. It needs to be more like that. Probably about where I had it, but that's a little bit lower. Yeah, that's better. We had to readjust the other night for coins and knives. All right, so Motley Crue, Dead Kennedy, Skinny Puppy, Slipknot, Pink Floyd, Zach Bryan, the Get Up Kids, The Cult, Coldplay, George Harrison, Bob Marley, Ozzy, and Beck. Let's do some new vinyl, primarily new releases and new restocks.
I didn't find any.
No, most of that's just new stuff. I want to start with new releases, which I think are in here. Let's do this crate. A lot of new releases in here. All right. That was Skinny Puppy Rabies. Skinny Puppy Rabies, Paul Bill. All righty. Where's my pre-order sheet? Lots of pre-orders. These are all like new releases. Let's see what we have here. We have The Lion King on orange vinyl. The Lion King is $49.99. That is a gatefold. That is a UK import. That's the original soundtrack. Awesome packaging. Most of this usually comes in as picture disc here in the States. So actually getting a high quality Disney record is pretty nice. That we have to be imported. I need to see if I can get the other ones. They do all the other really popular 80s, 90s Disney movies. That's sold to Allison Campbell. I have more of those if anybody else wants them. Ghost is prequel. I still need to check which version that is, but Ghost prequel is $29.99. Mastodon. I don't know if this is a new release. Or I'm not for sure, but they ship it. They ship it with the LP. They ship it with the LP out of the jacket. That's called Call of the Mastodon. Mastodon, $31.99. This is how it comes shipped. Not sealed. The jacket, the record outside the jacket, and they put it in front of the cover. That is $31.99. Mastodon, Call the Mastodon, limited to 3,000. I've got 2 of those for $31.99. Colin Butler wants one. Also from the previous crate, Paul Bill wants a Skinny Puppy Rabies. That is right here. That is sold to Paul Bill. And Brandon Jackson gets the other Mastodon. So those are sold. If anybody else wants one, let me know. Those are sold and sold. So far for 3 for 3 in this crate. New reissue of Daft Punk Random Access Memories. This is the new 10th anniversary expanded edition. 9 unreleased outtakes. 380 gram vinyl with poster. $59.99. That's Random Access Memories, Daft Punk, $59.99. $59.99 for Daft Punk. I only have one of those. Another new release. Sly Stone. That's Sly and the Family Stone. Sly Stone. Family Soul Sessions. The rare 45 RPMs. 63 to 66. That is $31.99. $31.99. Sly Stone. That's on silver and purple splatter vinyl. Silver and purple splatter vinyl. $31.99. Tony Shore was first to Daft Punk. Jerry Stone was second. We'll make sure Jerry wants in here. This is something I didn't want to really stock up on because I've got like 50 copies of another Daft Punk album that I haven't been able to sell. So I only ordered one, especially since it was a big packaging. That's sold to Tony Shore. Jerry, if you want on a waiting list, let me know. They'll be in next week. And then both Sly Stones are sold. Colin Butler and Ed Nelson. Colin Butler and Ed Nelson, both on Sly Stone. New release, new reissue. Run DMC. This is Tougher Than Leather. Wasn't this on colored vinyl? Maybe? Let's see here. Run DMC. Let me check the Facebook group. There was a pre-order for this. This is $29.99 for Run DMC. Let me see if I can get the specs on this. There's no hop sticker. It just says Hip Hop 50th Anniversary. Let me see if we get specs on this one. Where are you, Run DMC? Run DMC. April 24th is when I posted that. No, it looks like it's just a black vinyl reissue. I guess there was nothing special about that. That is $29.99. So Run DMC, I think it's just been out of print for a while. Tougher Than Leather. Tougher Than Leather. I've got 4 of those left. Run DMC is $29.99. And this is Jeffrey Butts, Stacy Brown, Dennis Nelson, Colin Butler, Larry Spears, Jerry Stone, Ryan Rice, and Brandon Jackson. Those are all pre-sold. I've got 4 left. One more time on the pre-order. Jeffrey Butts, Stacy Brown, Dennis Nelson, Colin Butler, Larry Spears, Jerry Stone, Ryan Rice, and Brandon Jackson. I've got 4 left. Run DMC Tougher Than Leather. New release from Dropkick Murphys, $29.99. This is called Okama Rising. Okama Rising. It says Dropkick Murphys Acoustic, $29.99. Okama Rising. Lyrics of Woody Guthrie. Lyrics of Woody Guthrie. That is $29.99. New release. I've got 2 of those. Mike Massey wants one. 1 left. And new reissue of Avenged Sevenfold, sounding the 7th trumpet. That is $36.99. That's on purple vinyl. The pre-order for that was Todd Tipton, Sarah Morgan, Gwen Carley. That says Gwen Carl on here. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Gwen Carley, right? Oh, he's got 2 different accounts. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you. William Simmons. So Gwen Carl and Gwen Carley is the same person. So Avenged Sevenfold, that's on purple vinyl, $36.99. That one in all of their series of recent reissues we have not had. So if you don't have that one, I've got it available. And as always, The Cult. We can't go a whole week without having something by The Cult. I don't think this has been pressed on vinyl in a long time. $44.99. This is the pressed on ivory vinyl. Pressed on ivory vinyl, their 1994 self-titled 6th album. Quite a pre-order on this. Those are in for this week. That's George Buchanan, James Bragg, Christina Sotar, Richard Davis, Chris Kirkley, Joe Sandinigo, John Sheehan, Jeffrey Walker, Mike Massey, John Ambrosic, Jay Condi, Kevin Jordan, Walt Cruz, Dwayne Sevilla, and Paul Beal. That's The Cult, self-titled, their 1994 album, gatefold. Actually, it's not a gatefold. It's 2 LP, though, on white ivory vinyl. That is $44.99. Is The Cult available on black? It should be. Yeah, it should be. Jerry Stone on The Cult, and so is George Buchanan. I've got 4 more. I've got 4 more of those available. And somebody requested that I post a pre-order for AFI. I didn't know a lot about them, so I looked them up, and this was in stock. I thought that was pretty interesting. AFI All Hallows EP. That is $16.99. I think that's on colored vinyl, too. Todd Tipton also wants a Cult. Chip Hall, I'll get you that track listing in just a second if Craig is not already copying and pasting it for us. Motown Volume 2 will be here tomorrow. Lots of stuff, lots of music on vinyl pre-orders will be here tomorrow. So if you've recently pre-ordered a music on vinyl title that was due out for this week, those were one of our biggest music on vinyl shipments will be here tomorrow. It's like 12 boxes. Lots of stuff. And Autumn Betts first on AFI. Do what now? I haven't wrote it down yet. Yeah, this is sold. No, this is not sold. No, there is. I think whoever just bought this, Autumn Betts, I believe, Autumn or somebody wanted us to post a new pre-order for. This was in stock, and I just bought it. There's no pre-order on that. We need to put back George Buchanan's Cult because he'd already sold it, and John Wilson wants one here. I've got 2 of those left. Just AFI. Nothing to worry about on AFI. Right. Oh, no. That's not it. No. There's nothing on here. Yeah, but I don't have it keyed in yet because I don't have it keyed in yet. Yeah. Just tag this one for Autumn and we'll all be on the same page. Let's see. SRV pre-order. If that was one of those unofficials, it was probably moved back. Susie's second on that AFI, so we'll put Susie on a waiting list for that. Jerry Stone doesn't need on the waiting list for Daft Punk. Okay, so this was our first crate of new vinyl for tonight. Run DMC is $29.99. Run DMC is $29.99. Tougher Than Leather, $29.99. Dropkick Murphys, I've got one left. Okama Rising, $29.99. Avenged Sevenfold is on purple vinyl, $36.99. The Cult, self-titled, $44.99. That's on white colored vinyl. And whoever asked for black, if you want me to check in on that for you, if there's a colored vinyl coming out, I never order any black until I know I can't get any more colored vinyl for sure. Chris DeMoss and Run DMC, I don't think you was on a pre-order for that. You wasn't. So we'll pull that for Chris DeMoss. And one of those Colts you tagged for George Buchanan, he was already on the pre-order. So he said he needed to put that one back. So anybody else on anything in here? The Cult, Avenged Sevenfold, Dropkick Murphys, and Run DMC. Those are all new releases or new reissues, however language you want to use on those. And Chip Hall said he'll take... Chip, did you get the track list on that? Let me know. AFI was $16.99. All Hallows EP. I only ordered one. They have a lot of albums in stock. If I need to order more AFI, let me know. I will do that. All right, let's get started with a crate of new vintage stuff. Once again, we got some fantastic new vintage LPs. I'm going to put some stuff up from auction first. I've got Richie Blackmore's Rainbow with Ronnie James Dio on vocals. What a beautiful looking copy. US, pretty sure it's an OG press, Red Oyster Polydor label. Very clean vinyl. This is EX Plus to Near Mint Minus. Gatefold, really nice cover. Minimal signs of wear. I think this is one we pulled out of. that most recent Wisconsin haul. I started filming some clips for some videos I'm going to make y'all, just so y'all can see how crazy this collection is on just quantity and quality. Auction number 1 of the night, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow, $25 star. Boy, look at that cover. Guitar Castle. Ronnie James Dio on vocals, $25 star on that. I'm going to go ahead and put up some of the stuff too that was featured in the Facebook post. I'm going to go ahead and start off with something a little bit more pricier. This is David Bowie's Let's Dance. David Bowie's Let's Dance, which is a MoFi pressing. I'll tell you everything good about it first. It's a MoFi pressing, and it's absolutely dead mint. Right here, it's got a little bit of a spine crackle. The last one sold was for $200, and it was a very similar condition. It said it had a couple corner bumps, and the vinyl looked unplayed. Same for this one. David Bowie Let's Dance, $175 start. I didn't know they made a MoFi of this. That's an older one. $175 start on that. David Bowie Let's Dance. Got several MoFis in this collection. That's a good one. I look forward to listening to that tonight. $175 start on that. Let me make sure I haven't missed anything. Put down Craig Thomas for a Cult, The Cult, self-titled black vinyl. Craig, that should be about the same price, if not cheaper. Ted, I will run Guns N' Roses Lies, probably next. We'll go ahead and sell that because I think everybody's waiting for it. And both auctions are up for bid. No bids yet on David Bowie. Rainbow's at $36. Okay, so let me put up a crate of new vintage stuff. I actually worked on a crate last night. I think I posted it. It was that crate of like jazz and blues and sealed and CD box sets. I'm going to go do that in just a second. Yeah, MoFi's having to award $25 million for keeping their stuff vague. Pretty interesting. Okay, so new vintage arrivals. Let's see what we have in here. Really good records. REO Speedwagon Live, $34.99. REO Speedwagon Live. So if I'm not telling you the condition, then you can assume it's going to look pretty similar to this. That's EX Plus to Near Mint Minus. Those are going to be all hand cleaned or ultrasonically cleaned. Very, very nice. And that is $34.99. That is sold to Joe Gabriel. George Buchanan was second. Next is Chick Corea and Return to Forever. That's a 1972 German press in $39.99. 72 German press in $39.99. Greg Preston, The Cult, is $44.99. I've got 2 left on colored vinyl. 2 left on colored vinyl. This is in a nice polyline jacket. I'm going to keep it outside of the sleeve. It's a little bit too big for this jacket. That's Chick Corea, German pressing, $39.99. Musical Youth, The Youth of Today. This is $19.99. Gold stamp promo on the front. Musical Youth. Maria Muldaur, $9.99. That's got some bright colors. I don't remember them being that vibrant. And This is something I was going to put up for auction. Actually, man, I forgot to pull this. Let me do that. We can keep 3 auctions going for just a second. First, let me pull Musical Youth for Craig Thomas. Musical Youth for Craig Thomas. The starting price for Bowie is $175. This is MoFi number 1-083. And I think if you go do your research, that's the cheapest ones listed for right now on Discogs. And that's below what they've been selling for in this condition. $175 start on David Bowie, Let's Dance. If it doesn't get a bid, I'll make it a buy it now. Craig got Musical Youth. George was second. Arthur was third. Since this may not get a ton of bids, it may. We'll find out. I'm going to put this up for auction. Westwood One Radio Networks. This is Tom Petty, Superstar Concert Series, show number 89-30 for broadcast for the weekend of November 10th through the 12th of 1989. 1989. This is a Tom Petty, Westwood One, 1989 radio broadcast concert series. That is a $75 start. Tom Petty, $75 start on that. So, Superstar Concert Series, Tom Petty. I'm going to put that back there and make that auction number 3. Let's do a final call on Rainbow, because we might can put that in that slot, because this is almost done. Tony Shore is at $37. $37 with Tony Shore. OG Oyster US Press on that. $37 with Tony Shore. Very clean, very nice cover. Final call. And Tom Petty is at $75 of Chris DeMoss. Final call on David Bowie. Missing Person Spring Session. $24.99 for Missing Person Spring Session. Steve Miller Band, Fly Like an Eagle. This is sealed. A 1976 sealed copy, $34.99. It's sealed. $34.99 for Steve Miller Band, a 1976. Foreigner Double Vision. This is in shrink wrap. Really nice copy of Double Vision, $19.99. Double Vision is $19.99. And Steve Miller Band number 5. If you want this one, please comment number 5, because I just showed another Steve Miller Band. That is $24.99. $24.99 for Steve Miller Band. All right, we had Calvin at 40 on Rainbow, 41 on Rainbow, 40 on Rainbow. George Buchanan first on Missing Persons. George Buchanan first on Missing Persons. John Leal gets the sealed Steve Miller Band. John Leal first on that. Then Calvin, and then Ed, and then Edward. Tammy Hinkle first on Double Vision. Tammy Hinkle first on Double Vision. Jared's back in on Rainbow at 45. John Wilson, you were second on Foreigner. And Tony Shore's at 45 on Rainbow. Now 46. Tom Petty's at 78. I'm about to make David Bowie a buy it now. I'm going to give everybody one more chance to bid, just in case you really want it and you don't want to miss it. It's a $175 starting bid on Let's Dance. I'm about to end it, and then it'll be a first come, first serve. There's Steve Miller Band again, number 5, $24.99. Let's Straighten It Out. More, Lattimore. That is $19.99. More, Lattimore is $19.99. And Carole King Thoroughbred. Carole King Thoroughbred is $14.99. Carole King Thoroughbred. Little Esther Down Home Blues, $24.99. Little Esther Down Home Blues, $24.99. So Rainbow hit 50 with Jared Benoit. Chris DeMoss, I believe, is at 80 on Tom Petty. And You Can't Use My Name, Curtis Knight and the Squires. That guy looks familiar. That's Jimi Hendrix. That is sealed from 2015, $24.99. Sealed, $24.99. Okay, David Bowie's a buy it now for $175. If anybody wants that, it's a buy it now for $175. Let's Dance. Tom Petty's now at 84. Final call on Rainbow at 50. The Best of King Curtis. The Best of King Curtis, $19.99. The Best of King Curtis. We had Curtis Knight, and we have The Best of King Curtis. Hubert Law's Family. That is $24.99. Hubert Law's Family, $24.99. Bruce Springsteen, Greetings from Asbury Park, New Jersey, $19.99. All right, let me figure out what's going on here in the comments. Sometimes I have to decipher bids and conversations. Rainbow's at 50. That's a final call. Tom Petty's at 84 of Aaron Jolly. Chris DeMoss, first to the David Bowie. Chris DeMoss was first to this. Then George Buchanan. then George Buchanan. So this is sold to Chris DeMoss for $175. George Delisle was first to this. He wants Curtis Knight. That's sold to George Delisle. Tom Petty's now at $85. And James Rayner wants Bruce Springsteen. That's sold to James Rayner. All right. Next is the original cast album of Laugh In, 1969. $19.99 for Laugh In, $19.99. Yusef Lateef, Morning, the Savoy Sessions, $29.99. Yusef Lateef, Morning, the Savoy Sessions, $29.99. $29.99. Here Comes My Girl, Tom Petty. This is a 1979 UK 12-inch single, $24.99. $24.99. Here Comes My Girl, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Going right my Stevie Ray Vaughan. Yeah, I figured there'd be a couple more Stevie Ray Vaughan bidders on the Let's Dance album, especially a MoFi pressing. But it's now in the collection of Chris DeMoss. Let's see here. How many LPs are in the Tom Petty? The Tom Petty is 3 LPs. 3 LPs. That's a 1989 Westwood One radio broadcast. Tom Petty. It's a near mint. Has the original call sheets. It's in a very nice box. High bid on that Tom Petty box set is at $85 with Chris DeMoss. Next is Rainbow. That's sold to Jared Benoit for $50. John Leal was first to the Tom Petty 12-inch single. John Leal was first. Then Ken Frazier. Tom Petty's at $88 and $89. All right, let's go ahead and sell off the Guns N' Roses. I think several people are waiting on this. This is Guns N' Roses Lies. Now, this is a very complex release. I think I've got all the information to let y'all know exactly what's going on. I think we have an uncensored cover, and it has the matte inner sleeve. Let me see what's going on. I really hadn't had time to... I was trying to get to look at it before the show started. I took a peek at it because I knew there was a couple variants of this. I believe this is the uncensored cover, shrink wrap and hop sticker. That's very nice. We have, here's what the inner sleeve looks like. There's Almost Tonight's Nightly Nudity. She's censored. I don't know if they ever made that uncensored, but she obviously has a censored bar running across her. Very nice inner sleeve, crisp. Just one little crinkle right here. I'm showing you all the details because this is a top copy on the vinyl. Very, very nice. That is near mint minus. This is going to be $165 start. So we have an uncensored cover and a censored inner sleeve. Okay. So yeah, we have an uncensored cover and a censored inner sleeve on this one. Guns N' Roses Lies. Of course, it's not in print. It's never really been reissued. I wish it was. I'm waiting for them to repress this officially. That'll be a great day for Colectco. We'll probably be able to pre-sale like 200 of them. George Buchanan's at $185. So cover, very nice, no creases. Shrink wrap and hop sticker. Uncensored cover, censored inner sleeve. It does have that matte finish to it. That's up for bid. George Buchanan's at $185. Okay, and Tom Petty, the last bid I seen on Tom Petty, Aaron was at 91, Chris was at 90. Aaron was at 90, Chris DeMoss was at 91. Okay. Yusef Lateef. We have Carole King Tapestry. Looks like a very nice copy, $24.99. Carole King Tapestry. It's on a second Epic Ode label, but that is near mint. Very, very nice copy of Tapestry, $24.99. Buddy Miles, A Message to the People. Buddy Miles is $29.99. Buddy Miles, $29.99. Lonnie Mack is $49.99. The Wham of That Memphis Man. This is a 63 mono. It's beautiful. It's a really, really nice copy of Lonnie Mack. It's a 63 mono, $49.99. He lives kind of locally around where I call home. John Wilson sells John Wilson gets Carole King. We have Down Home Blues, a 2-record set. Down Home Blues is $29.99. This is one of the many blues records I could pull for auction, but pretty nice compilation. 2 LP, it's near mint. That is $29.99. Jared, we already have a bid Guns N' Roses is at 185. Guns N' Roses at 185. Mike Vandergits gets the Down Home Blues. Tanner, that one was $29.99 for the Down Home Blues. Debbie Blair was second. Chris DeMoss was third. Lonnie Mack. We've got Thelonious Monk. This is a tribute to Thelonious Monk. Lots of a big all-star lineup on this. That's the way I feel now. That's $24.99 gold stamp promo. Brandon's at 190. Brandon Sanders 190 on Guns N' Roses. Jared also bid 190. So George and Jared, you're both out. Tom Petty is now at 101 with Chris DeMoss. Aaron was at 100. Chris is at 101 for the Tom Petty radio broadcast. Westwood won. The Moody Blues, A Question of Balance. The Moody Blues is $19.99. A Question of Balance, the Moody Blues. B.B. King, There Must Be a Better World Somewhere. B.B. King is $19.99. Gold stamp promo on the front. Lies is at $195. The Motown Review in-store sampler. The Motown Review in-store sampler. That is $14.99. Jared's at $195 on Lies. Mike Vander gets first to B.B. King's. Ryan Anderson second. Ed Nelson third. Mott the Hoople. Mott, very nice copy, $19.99. John Porter first to Motown. John Wilson second. Tammy Hinkle, you were fourth on B.B. King. And Mouth and McNeil, How Do You Do? Mouth and McNeil, $14.99. So, Aaron, Jolly, let me know if you're in or out on Tom Petty. Chris has that for 101. Chris DeMoss has that for 101. Foreigner, self-titled, in shrink wrap. Foreigner is $19.99. Foreigner self-titled, their great debut album. And Billy Joel, The Stranger, $14.99. Billy Joel, The Stranger, in shrink wrap, original inner sleeve, just $14.99. Tom Petty, 105. Aaron's back in. Jeddick wants MTR. That is, MTR was Motown, no, Moody, Monk. What was that, Jeddick? Let me know. John Porter is first to Billy Joel. We for sure can go ahead and pull that for John Porter. Gordon Lightfoot, Drink Street Rose, $19.99. BB was $19.99. Yes, that is already sold, though. Tom Petty, Southern Accents, $34.99. $34.99. Very nice copy of Tom Petty, Southern Accents, $34.99. Susie first on Gordon Lightfoot. Tom Petty's at 110. Brandon's at 200 on Guns N' Roses, Jared. Brandon's at 200. Motel Review. Okay, it's already sold. Andy Wade gets the Foreigner self-titled. That's sold to Andy Wade. Bad Company Straight Shooter. I had this for the Hot Post to auction, but it's a buy it now. $24.99. Very, very nice copy. The cover has a little bit of a ding up here. Very nice, though. That's a 75 Presswell, $24.99. George Buchanan on SA. SA was, I'm not for sure. That might be something already sold too. Tom Petty's at 111. What was SA? That might have been something previous. We'll wait for him to confirm that. Debbie Blair first to Bad Company. Debbie first to Bad Company. Edward second. Lies is at 205. Tom Petty's at 110. Heather, you were third on Bad Company. And Tammy Hinkle, you were fourth. So, right here in front of me, Southern Accents. That's sold to George Buchanan. We have Tony, or Tone. Who? That's $14.99. I don't know how that's, I know for sure that's Tony. That's probably Tony. Is that Tony too? That's $14.99. And B.B. King, B.B. King's 50th album. Wow, he was as busy as Willie Nelson. $19.99 on B.B. King, $19.99. And Neil Diamond Stones. It even has the whatchamacallits and the thing on the back. The whatchamacallits and the thingy. $9.99. I'll go over lives one more time before I do a final call because both of these are getting bids and I hadn't even had time to recap them. Chris DeMoss gets Triple T. That's sold to Chris DeMoss. John Wilson second. Jed at third. Mike Vander gets first to B.B. King. Ryan Anderson, you were second. Yes, they're all three Tony. Okay, Tony. Tammy Hinkle third on B.B. King. Michael Nath four. Brandon's bidding on Tom Petty. He's at 125. Nick Bagaron also next on B.B. King. Well, we got 3 bidders on Tom Petty and 2 bidders still going on Guns N' Roses Lies. We might be here a while, Tanner. Tanner's walking out the door. He said goodbye. He's had enough. All right, that leaves me, Seth, and Jake. Jake's in the back keying in records. Seth's up here keying in records. I'm up here selling records so they can key in more records. Eric Burden declares war, $39.99. Eric Burden declares war, $39.99. If you're new to CollectCo, you have found us at a great time. We're at as owner, I have to kind of manage our inventory and figure out where we're at. I kind of do our, I look at our numbers, etc. I think our inventory right now is the best it's ever been, as far as stuff that's unprocessed, stuff that's out here on the floor, stuff that's in the bins in the back part of the store where people can come here and shop every day. I think we're at the best. We have the best selection right now on hand, unprocessed and processed, that we've ever had before. That's saying a lot. So if you're just now finding us and you like buying records, we do this every night, and we're not going to stop. So here we go. Tom Petty, 125. Tom Petty, 125. Tom Petty, 126. Tom Petty, 130. Tom Petty, 130. And let's go over the auction. So Tom Petty's at 131. This is a Westwood One Radio Networks Superstar Concert Series. Tom Petty from 1989, November 10th through the 12th. 3 LP, mint with the call sheets. That's at $135. Now, we have a Guns N' Roses Lies uncensored cover. Mentions the wife beating. Hype sticker and shrink wrap. The vinyl is near mint minus. Very, very nice. Tom Petty's at 135, now 136. And this inner sleeve is censored, which has this black bar covering up 2% of her body. That is the uncensored sleeve. But that is censored. Uncensored cover. I know it was confusing. That's why I had to try to check on it before I really got into selling this tonight. The high bid right now on Guns N' Roses. The high bid right now on Guns N' Roses is Jared Benoit at $205. $205. Brandon bid $210. Brandon bid $210. Jared has not bid again. $210. $210. $210 is the high bid on Guns N' Roses. Brandon is now the high bid on Tom Petty at $150. Brandon just told me yesterday via a message that he wanted me to buy his collection, and he's on here buying more records. I don't know if that's good or bad for me or him. Jared said he was out after 210. Okay, so I think Jared says out. I may have not seen it, so going once, going twice on that. We have somebody out on Tom Petty, so 210 going once, going twice. Tom Petty going once, going twice. Brandon's got to make up his mind if he wants to sell this collection or not. You never know about these Florida Gator fans. These Florida Gator fans are, I just don't know about them. Chick Corea, Return to Forever, $39.99. That's a 72 German pressing. Maria Muldaur is $9.99. Steve Miller Band, number 5, really nice copy, $24.99, really nice copy. Steve Miller Band, number 5. Lattimore is $19.99. More Lattimore. Let's straighten it out. That's $19.99. Carole King, Thoroughbred. Carole King is $14.99. Little Esther, Down Home Blues, $24.99. The Best of King Curtis. The Best of King Curtis, $19.99. He does the Tennessee Waltz on there. King Curtis is $19.99. That's on Capitol. Hubert Law's Family. Hubert Law's is $24.99. Laugh-In is $19.99. Laugh-In is $19.99. And Yusef Lateef, The Savoy Sessions. Where's Doc Smith at? $29.99. Tom Petty, $150. Guns N' Roses, $225. Tom Petty, $154. Aaron's still bidding. James is in on Guns N' Roses. The inner sleeve is censored. John Young says, hey, I'm a Florida Gator alumni. Now it all makes sense. It all makes sense now. Tom Petty's at $154. We had Guns N' Roses 230, Chris DeMoss on LE, Little Esther. That's sold to Chris DeMoss. Guns N' Roses at $235, condition on Maria Muldaur. Maria Muldaur was near mint. Everything in here is really, really nice. Edward Star Wars on Yusef Lateef. That sold to Edward. Glenn Martin, You Were Second. Lies is in shrink wrap. Yes, shrink wrap and hype sticker. Includes previously unreleased material and 4 new songs. Contains language which may be unsuitable for some listeners. Guns N' Roses at $240. Tom Petty's at $160. Buddy Miles, A Message to the People. Buddy Miles is $29.99. Buddy Miles is $29.99. Lonnie Mack was a 63 mono, $49.99 for Lonnie Mack. Monk, That's the Way I Feel Now, tribute to Thelonious Monk, $29.99. Moody Blues, A Question of Balance, $19.99. Mott the Hoople, Mott, $19.99. Mouth and McNeil is $14.99. Neil Diamond Stones, $9.99. And Eric Burden Declares War, $39.99. Eric Burden Declares War, $39.99. Tom Petty's at $160. Aaron's out. So now that's going once, going twice. I think everybody that was bidding is out. And James Bragg is at $245 on Guns N' Roses, now $250. Edward Star Wars wants MB. I'm pretty sure that's for the Moody Blues. Really nice copy. Jeb wants to see Maria Muldaur. This is a gatefold, Maria Muldaur. It's on reprise. It looks like it's unplayed. It's got one little catalog sticker up here. We have not tried to remove it. Other than that, the jacket's really nice. $9.99. All right. We've already been through one bin of new vinyl. I think I had 3 to go through, and I'm going to go ahead and run the next one. I think this is all stuff that I either haven't had. Which one do I want to go through first? Yeah, I got 2 more crates of new vinyl and then like 5 more crates of new vintage. Let me go through this one because it has some new releases and new restocks on it. Edward Star Wars Moody Blues. Fred Carnell on Miles. What was Miles? Final call on Tom Petty so I can get a new auction started. $160. Miles was something in here. Eric Burden, Neil Diamond, Mouth McNeil, Mott, the Hoople, Mag, Buddy Miles. Buddy Miles. I hear Miles, I think Davis. That's sold to Fred Carnell. This is new restocks here and new releases. Elton John, One Night Only, The Greatest Hits. That's live Elton John Greatest Hits. $36.99, 2 LP. I've sold several of those and had a waiting list, but it's all been filled. So that one's available, $36.99. Nina Simone, this is a new release for tomorrow. Great Women of Song. Great Women of Song. This is $33.99. Nina Simone on Verve. There was a pre-order for this. That was Sherry Darnell, Debbie Blair, and Charles Rader. Sherry Darnell, Debbie Blair, and Charles Rader. New Nina Simone, Great Women of Song. I believe it's a compilation, and that is, well, it should be. I put a spell on you. That is $33.99. Nina Simone. Art Blakey, Big Band. Bethlehem, featuring John Coltrane and Donald Byrd. Remastered black vinyl, recorded in New York City in 1957. That is $36.99. New release also for tomorrow. Bethlehem label. Art Blakey, Big Band, $36.99. And Culture Club, Live at Wembley, also a new release for tomorrow. 2 LP, double splatter vinyl. Culture Club, Live at Wembley 2016, $31.99. $31.99 for Culture Club. All right, let's go ahead and sell Tom Petty to Brandon Sanders for $160. Brandon, that's yours. Guns N' Roses was at $245, then $250. We pulled Moody Blues. We pulled Buddy Miles. Guns N' Roses is at $260, and then $265. Mike Vandergits first on Nina Simone. Brandon's at $290 on Guns N' Roses. Michael Potts first to Art Blakey, and so is Ed Nelson. So Potts and Nelson on Art Blakey. Walt Cruz gets a Culture Club, and Yusef Lateef, Kevin, is already sold. Yusef Lateef is already sold. He said, bring it all down when you come. Brandon's going to pay for that, and then I'm going to go buy the rest of his collection. I don't know. You were too expensive the last time. We wasn't even on the same page. We was like $2 million apart. Nina Simone. Jet it. You get the last Nina Simone. I got one Elton John, one Culture Club left. Georgia Law, if you're okay with it, I'll put you on a waiting list for Nina Simone. All right, I'm just going to pick out what's on top here because I think there's some people waiting on this release. This is, let me take a look at it. First time I just know at first glance from this Wisconsin collection, it was very nice. It is a club pressing. It is a club pressing. Iron Maiden, Live After Death. Let's see what we have here. Original inner sleeves. It's supposed to have a tour book, but I don't know if it's missing or maybe the club pressings didn't come with it. It could be either one. All right, so we got Iron Maiden Live After Death. This is going to be a $55 start. I'll go ahead and let you know that. $55 start. It is a club pressing. Very nice, crisp, original inner sleeves. And near mint. I remember looking at it. It was very, very nice, as you can tell. That's how all four sides look. $55 start on the Iron Maiden. Live After Death, 2LP. Like I said, this is supposed to have like a tour book. But I don't know if the club didn't have it or if it's missing. Nice jacket, though. Very, very nice jacket. $55 start on IM. $55 start on IM. Okay, so back up to the top. George Lyle on the waiting list for Nina Simone. We'll see if he said yes or no. 300 on Guns N' Roses. Paul Brothers wants Culture Club. Paul Brothers on Culture Club. And Guns N' Roses at 310. Only thing left in there is Elton John. Another new release from Motorhead. They're reissuing all their albums. That's been kind of tough to get. This is Kiss of Death, exclusive silver vinyl. I didn't get around to post a pre-order for this. I've got two, and I'm pretty sure I can get more. Motorhead is $36.99. Kiss of Death, silver vinyl for Motorhead, $36.99. The other title's Motorhead, so let me skip over that. And I went ahead and ordered several more copies of the Munsters. If you don't have that already, the Munsters is on limited edition pumpkin orange with black splatter. Good luck trying to find an original. That's one I'm still searching for. Decca is $31.99, or the Munsters is $31.99. We got two bids on Guns N' Roses at $310. Brandon was in first, James. Brandon was in first. Walt Cruz wants a Munsters. That's sold to Walt Cruz. And new release, I didn't think they was going to do it, but they have. Morgan Wallen, One Thing at a Time. Morgan Wallen, One Thing at a Time. His most recent album. They kind of delayed the vinyl, I think, because it's triple LP. And I guess it took them a while just to really figure out how they were going to release it. This is the indie exclusive. This is the indie exclusive on silver vinyl, I believe. Here's the pre-order I have. Stacey Brown, Sherry Darnell, Charlie Sales, Marty Kramer got two of them. Chris DeMoss, Debbie Blair, Josh Duvall got two of them. George Buchanan, Breanne Denny Meadows got two of them. Breanne Meadows got two. Scott Fish, Linda Lamb, Jeff Johnson, Derek Bowman, Joe Musser, and Alyssa Smith. That's the new Morgan Wallen on silver vinyl. That's an indie exclusive. That is $59.99, Morgan Wallen. That was the pre-order. I have those in stock. 3 LPs. Walt Cruz wants to put George Lyle down on the Nina Simone waiting list. James Bragg's at $325 on Guns N' Roses. Robert Johnson wants a Morgan Wallen. That's sold to Robert Johnson. Let me go ahead and show the other Motorhead I have. This is called Motorizer, transparent blue vinyl, gatefold. Motorizer is $36.99. $36.99 for Motorhead Motorizer, $36.99. Now, we did get some that are a little bit more pricier on a different color. I've got 3 copies left. If anybody wants one, if you're going to be collecting the different colors, these are $89.99 if you want one on green vinyl. $89.99, that's green vinyl. That was a website import. Green vinyl, $89.99. I do have them. I've already sold 2, and some other people have asked. They're a little bit more, but they're $89.99. They're green vinyl. So if you want one, just comment Morgan Green. Brandon's out on Guns N' Roses. James has that for $325. I don't have orange. I only have silver or whatever color this indie exclusive is, and that one. Autumn Betts also wants a Munsters. Let's end some auctions. We have Guns N' Roses sold to James Bragg for $325. James Bragg gets the Guns N' Roses Lies for $325. That's sold to James Bragg. If anybody wants Iron Maiden, $55 buy it now. $55 buy it now on Iron Maiden Live After Death. That is up for bid. No bid on that. No claims on Motorheads? I don't think so. Jim Engelman's first to the Iron Maiden. He gets that for $55. Dan Triaga second, David Tate third. Everybody was waiting for the buy it now. Rob Scheffler fourth. Should have bid on it. That's why we call it an auction. But some people's like, you know what? I'll wait for the buy it now and roll the dice. Slipknot, lemon yellow vinyl, back in stock. We've had all the Slipknot albums except their first one. Here it is, back in stock. Slipknot self-titled debut, lemon yellow vinyl, $28.99. Paul Brothers wants a Morgan Wallen. I'm assuming you want the $59.99 indie exclusive. Sell that to Paul Brothers. A restock of Red Hot Chili Peppers. By the Way, $39.99 for By the Way. Red Hot Chili Peppers, $39.99. Shelby Hurt wants a Slipknot. Was there a waiting list for that? I think so. I had Bob McKinney. On a waiting list. Bob McKinney on a waiting list. Shelby Hurt, I got you down for a Slipknot. And we have Brave New World. We got 2 surprise restocks from Iron Maiden. I've only got a couple copies. I can do a waiting list, but I've got some that's been out of print, out of stock for a long time that they have brought back. This one's Brave New World, $54.99. Brave New World. I have 2 of those, $54.99, Iron Maiden. Is Purity on Slipknot? No, I do not see that on here. Let me skip over those and those. Okay, the other titles are Iron Maiden, so let me go ahead and recap this bin. One more time on these. Let me get 2 new auctions started. We have Simple Minds. I've never seen this before. In the City of Light. Simple Minds in the City of Light. This live, Simple Minds live, $35 start. $35 start. There's the gatefold. It comes with booklet. Simple Minds live. 2 LP, it looks like. Black jacket. Unfortunately, because of the black jacket, it shows a little bit of wear. It's not too bad, though. And, of course, the vinyl is very, very nice. 1987. Simple Minds is a $35 start. $35 start on Simple Minds. What did I do with the sleeve? Right here. That's a $35 start. Simple Minds live. And I've got a MoFi pressing of the Grateful Dead American Beauty from 1979. 1979. American Beauty, Grateful Dead, MoFi pressing. That is a $75 start. About a VG Plus jacket. And, of course, the vinyl is mint. Purity should be on here. Unless it's on a different title, I do not see it on here. It's not on here. 7426100 there they are. Am I missing something? I don't see it on here. Not on this LP. Simple Minds $35.35. So here's what's left in this bin. Elton John $36.99. Motorhead Kiss of Death $36.99. Munsters $31.99. Motorhead Motorizer $36.99. Morgan Wallen new album silver vinyl $59.99. Slipknot is $28.99, yellow vinyl. Red Hot Chili Peppers, $39.99. Brave New World, this is sold to Richard Allen. Richard Allen, I've got 1 more left. If you want this one, please comment Iron Maiden self-titled. Iron Maiden self-titled is $29.99. And I've got, if you want this one, comment Final Frontier. Final Frontier is $38.99. $38.99 on that one. Okay, Simple Minds $35.35. And now 40. James Bragg wants Kiss of Death. That was Motorhead. That's sold to James Bragg. Motorhead Kiss of Death. Todd Tipton wants a Slipknot. That is sold to Todd Tipton. And there's 3 other Iron Maidens in here. There's Final Frontier, which has been out of stock for a while. Self-titled and Brave New World. Those are all available. No bid yet on Grateful Dead. MoFi pressing, $75 start. And Simple Minds, Paul Brothers is at $40. Let's do new vintage arrivals. I think everybody's hot this week for some new vintage arrivals. I got a whole nother crate of surprise restocks and new vinyl to go through. I'm going to do those in just a second. And then I've got the crate of stuff that I worked on last night. I'll probably do it after this crate or after the next new vinyl crate. How much for Brave New World? That was $54.99. $54.99. Simple Minds $38, now $42. Now $42 again with Kevin. Monica was in first. New vintage arrivals. Grateful Dead vinyl was near mint minus. Near mint minus. James is trying to eat. Yeah, I mean, typical MoFi type condition. Very, very clean, not a mark on it. And we have this jacket here. It's a VG Plus. Shelf wear noticeable on the bottom. Has a little bit of a split up here. So, Bob, yeah, more of a VG cover. More of a VG cover. Vinyl. Very nice. That's a $75 start. $75 start. We've already sold the David Bowie MoFi, Let's Dance, and Simple Minds is at $45. New vintage arrivals. Jethro Tull, Heavy Horses, $19.99. These are all from our most recent collection purchases. We have Jackson Browne for Every Man. Finally, a copy that's not destroyed around the die-cut frame. Usually it gets destroyed where people try to ram the inner sleeve. There is some writing over here. Nice copy, though. Vinyl is pristine. I remember looking at that one, $19.99. Dire Straits Communique. Dire Straits is $26.99. Steve Miller Band, Brave New World. Steve Miller Band is $24.99. Brave New World, $24.99. Steve Miller Band. Alan Parsons Project, Vulture Culture, $19.99 for Alan Parsons Project. Edward Star Wars, first on Jackson Browne. Supertramp, Famous Last Words. Supertramp is $19.99. Jimmy Buffett, Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes, $19.99 for Jimmy Buffett. John Fogerty, Center Field, $19.99 for Center Field, John Fogerty. And Sweet, Desolation Boulevard. Sweet is $24.99. Ballroom Blitz and Fox on the Run, $24.99. Edward was first to Jackson Browne. James Rayner first on Supertramp. Tammy Hinkle second on Jackson Browne. Kevin's out on Simple Minds. Edward third on Jackson Browne. David Eberly first on Sweet. Jeff McIntosh was second. If anybody wants the Grateful Dead, it's a $75 buy it now. First come, first serve. $75 buy it now on Grateful Dead, American Beauty, MoFi. Let's see. Sweet, Tammy Hinkle first on Jimmy Buffett. Rob, Sweet's already sold. Simple Minds is at 45 with Paul Brothers. Simple Minds Live in the City of Light. $45 going twice, going three times. Edward, you were second on Jimmy Buffett. Edward Star Wars is first on the Grateful Dead MoFi. That's sold to Edward for $75. Next auction. Let me see what I got over here. I was wanting to run these two soundtracks at the same time, so let me put up Duran Duran Rio. Duran Duran is a $25 start. This is Duran Duran Rio. It is an original press, original inner sleeve, near mint minus vinyl. Very nice. Not being reissued right now. I wish that would have, or wish it was. I could sell the heck out of them. Not in print though. $25 start on Rio. Very nice copy. The MoFi Let's Dance sold for $175. $175. Duran Duran 25. Simple Minds 46. John Fogerty, Center Field, Put Me in Coach was the last record I shown. That is $19.99. Chris and Rita, Chris Christopherson, Rita Coolidge, Full Moon, $14.99. Joe Walsh recorded live, $19.99 for Joe Walsh recorded live. Alan Parsons Project, The Turn of a Friendly Card, $19.99 for Alan Parsons Project. And Rod Stewart, Gasoline Alley, one of his better albums in my opinion. $24.99 for Gasoline Alley. John Porter first to Chris and Rita. Simple Minds is now at $50. John Leal, only bidder on Duran Duran for $25, going once, going twice. Another Chris and Rita, Breakaway, Chris Christopherson, Rita Coolidge, that's $14.99. Chicago, and this is $9.99. $9.99 for Chicago, and that was Chicago 13. Not to quibble, but my second JB was for Jimmy Buffett. Let me figure out what went on there, Edward. Edward put there was something JB, and then Tammy put JB, and then Edward put JB again. Boy, that's going to be hard. We must have had two JBs back to back. Jackson Browne. Okay, then okay, I see what's going on. So Tammy, did you want Jimmy Buffett? She for sure wanted Jimmy Buffett, but she also put JB. That's going to be difficult for me to discern, because y'all both wanted the same records. You had JB, then she had JB. And then you had JB, and then she had Jimmy Buffett. So I don't know if she was putting Jimmy Buffett to elaborate her JB. Well, that's going to be... we may have to leave that one the way I have it. Otherwise, that's going to be confusing. Simple Minds 50, Duran Duran 26, Simple Minds 51, Duran Duran 27, 30 on Duran Duran, 26, 28, 35, 30, 31. James Bragg first on Chicago. Edward says, let her have it. That would be best, because otherwise I don't think there's a way to determine how to decipher that one. America Live, $9.99. America Live is $9.99. Jimmy Buffett, son of a sailor. Jimmy Buffett is $19.99. I think there's several more Jimmy Buffetts in here. The Doobie Brothers, Living on the Fault Line, $14.99 for the Doobie Brothers. And Steve Miller Band, Children of the Future. This is a 2-in-1 package. Let me tuck the shrink wrap back in here. This is Living in the USA and Children of the Future. It's in one of these capital 2-in-1. They repackaged 2 albums into one set, and they put this strip on the spine, and that is $34.99. $34.99. Simple Minds is at $52. Edward Star Wars for sure first on this Jimmy Buffett. Chris DeMoss first on this Steve Miller Band. High bid on Duran Duran is with with John Leal. John Leal has this at 35. John Leal has that for 35. That's going twice, going 3 times. John Leal. Simple Minds is at 53. No Goodbyes, Hall & Oates. Hall & Oates is $19.99. Philly Joe Jones, Advance. Philly Joe Jones, $26.99. The True Story of the James Gang. That's interesting. It's a 1987 UK press, $24.99. The True Story of the James Gang. It looks like a compilation, $24.99. Interesting. Some tracks on there I don't recognize. This is R. Kelly doing the Gotham City remix from Batman and Robin. That is $9.99 on the Jive label. Pure Prairie League Bustin' Out, $24.99. Final Call on Duran Duran and Final Call on Simple Minds, 53 and 35. 53 and 35. Monica's at 54 on Simple Minds. Elton John, this is an MCA repress of this album, $26.99. First black label MCA press, $26.99 on Elton John, self-titled. Janis Joplin, Pearl. Me and Bobby McGee. Why did I think it was Mr. Bobby McGee? It's not, just me and Bobby McGee. Janis Joplin, $34.99. Simple Minds, $54, $55. Kristen Barnett, first on Elton John. That's sold to Kristen Barnett. And Car 54, Where Are You? $24.99. The top seam does have some splitting. Some of y'all may remember that TV show. I had several of the comic books before. That's $24.99. Duran Duran is sold to John Leal for $35. That's sold to John Leal for $35. And I'm going to wait till Simple Minds is over. Then I'm going to run 2 soundtracks at the same time. Car 54 was $24.99. That was from 1963. Alive and Kickin', Simple Minds is $14.99. Alive and Kickin', Simple Minds, that's $14.99. Phil Collins, No Jacket Required. In shrink wrap and hop sticker, $19.99. No Jacket Required. Includes One More Night. That's $19.99. Also has a JR's Music Shop price tag on it. Tony Shore first on Simple Minds. John Leal first on Phil Collins. Andy second. David Tate third. Wayne Chung, Points on a Curve. Wayne Chung is $19.99. Points on a Curve. Jerry Harrison, The Red and the Black, $19.99. Monica Malley, can you let me know if you're in or out? Monica, can you let me know if you're in or out on Simple Minds? Or you can bid again. Totally up to you. Andy Wade's at $55. Brian C. first on Wayne Chung. And Robert Johnson first on Jerry Harrison. Paul Brothers first on Car 54. Craig, Ruth, you were fourth on Phil Collins. Bob Seger, Beautiful Loser, $29.99. This is in shrink wrap. This is a green capital label, $29.99, $29.99, and ELO, Balance of Power, ELO, $19.99. Jackson Brown, Chip, that sold earlier. The Jackson Brown, there was 3 people after it. You would actually been 3rd or 4th, actually. Monica's out on Simple Minds. And Huey Lewis in the News, 4. Huey Lewis is $19.99. Comes with this Certificate of Authenticity. I think that was a Huey Lewis fan club. Also has the hop sticker. That is probably going to be sold very quickly. It is James Rayner. Before I could set it back down in the bin, James Rayner gets that. Brittany Bragg on ELO. David Tate second on Huey. Let's go ahead and sell Simple Minds. Simple Minds is sold to Andy Wade for $55. That's live Simple Minds. Never have had that before. And I was going to put both of these iconic 80s soundtracks up at the same time. So I had to have the table clear. We got a Breakfast Club soundtrack. This is a 1985 USOG. A lot of these are clubs that I've had before, I'm pretty sure. Best of my memory. Inner sleeve. Near mint. Of course, has the speaking of Simple Minds, has the Simple Minds song. Very, very nice copy. It is a cutout right here. Very small saw mark on it. Other than that, really nice copy. From the Wisconsin collection. From the second Wisconsin collection. Top copy. That's a $35 start. This one's probably maybe even more difficult to get. Another John Hughes film. This is 16 Candles. Of course, all the John Hughes soundtracks, very collectible. Hype sticker on the front, gold stamp promo, 16 Candles. Did we have any notes on this one? We didn't. It's been a while since I've had one of these as well. Also near mint. That's a $45 start. 16 Candles soundtrack. $45 start on that. 2 John Hughes soundtracks, or 2 John Hughes films. Those are up for auction. Breakfast Club and 16 Candles, both up for bid. Let me make sure I didn't miss any claims in there. No one on Bob Seger. Man, this one has Traveling Man and Kathmandu and Beautiful Loser and Nutbush City Limits. It's in shrink wrap. Very nice. Both soundtracks are up for bid. The Blues Brothers, self-titled, $24.99 on the Blues Brothers. Jethro Tull, Under Wraps, $19.99 on Jethro Tull. Under Wraps, Phil Collins, Hello, I Must Be Going. $19.99 on Phil Collins, another very nice copy. Elton John Live, November 17th, 1970. This is the UK Pickwick. Great live stuff here from Elton John, 1999. Wow, what a lot of bids. Breakfast Club, $35.35. 16 Candles, $45.45. 40 on Breakfast Club, $38. David Tate, first to the Blues Brothers. David, you got that. John Leal, first on Phil Collins, 16 Candles, $46. James Rayner. Phil Collins, John Leal was first, then James Rayner, Susie Breedlove, Joanne Reeve. Edward Star Wars, first on BS. That was Bob Seger. That sold to Edward Star Wars. Breakfast Club, $45. Breakfast Club, $42. Andy Wade, first on Elton John. John Porter second. Patty, we've already sold Bob Seger. Edward Star Wars first on Jethro Tull. And we have somebody out on Breakfast Club. Craig, once again, you were down the list on Phil Collins. Your connection is just a hair behind everybody else's. Do we have that charger handy? I just got to 5% on my feeds. Definitely need a quick charge. Thank you. David Jonathan, Live It Up. $19.99. David Jonathan, Live It Up. Joe Jackson, Night and Day. Joe Jackson is $24.99 for Night and Day. Joe Jackson and Gordon Lightfoot, Summertime Dream. This one has The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, $19.99. Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. True story. Bruce Springsteen, E Street Shuffle, $19.99 on Bruce. And Hall & Oates, Along the Red Ledge. Hall & Oates is $19.99. Johansson, David Johansson. Thank you. Craig and John are all over my phonics. Thank you. Well, I need to clean this thing. Update on our auctions before I start tagging new records, because Tanner's tagging other records right now. I had Breakfast Club at 45. Is anybody higher? I got Kristen Barnett at 45. Amy's at 47. Amy Hutchings, 47 on the Breakfast Club. Amy's at 47. 16 Candles. Paul Brothers is at 55. So 55 on 16. Breakfast is at 47. We tagged JT. We've done that. Debbie Blair first on Gordon Lightfoot. That's sold to Debbie Blair. Robert was second. David Eberly was third. And I think we're caught up. Yes, Tales from Topographic Oceans, $36.99. Very nice copy. Wow. Usually a couple of these Yes albums are famous for ringware. This one you can like see impressions, but there's really nothing there. Yes, it's $36.99. I was kind of admiring the cover before I could say the price. That's sold to David Eberly. Breakfast Club's at $50. And we have Almond Brothers, Brothers and Sisters, $34.99. Almond Brothers, Brothers and Sisters, $34.99. And Neil Diamond Rainbow, $9.99. Neil Diamond Rainbow. Chicago is $9.99. This is Chicago 9/11. No, not 9/11. It's 9 or 11. This is 9. $9.99. Jay Giles Bloodshot on red vinyl, $29.99. Jay Giles, that's the original on red vinyl, $29.99. Make sure I didn't miss any more bids. We've tagged Lightfoot. Breakfast Club was at $50. Breakfast Club 52. I guess we need to do a final call on 16 Candles. 16 Candles is at $55 with Paul Brothers. Original press, gold stamp promo, hype sticker, Annie Golden, Aaron Newborn, Patty Smith, the Stray Cats, the Thompson Twins, has the hype sticker. It looks like it's unplayed on MCA. That's at $55. We're on a final call. If you want to bid, now is the time. Now's the time. First to Chicago was Christopher Nagy, then John Wilson, then James Bragg, then Tammy Hinkle. Breakfast Club is at $55. That's Chicago 11. Thank you. 11. 9 was their greatest hits. That's me not knowing if the I before the X is 9 or 11. That is $19.99. Jethro Tull, Minstrel in the Gallery. The Police, Synchronicity, $19.83. Gray Translucent. I think he's put gray translucent on a couple of these and he meant purple. I don't know where he's coming up with gray. Purple, yeah, we had one last night. No, I see what he's talking about. This one is gray. It's more like brown. It's the virgin vinyl. This one isn't. Yeah. It's more so brown. I think that's what I said the other night when I said gray. This one is brown translucent. That is brown translucent. Virgin vinyl. That is sold to Andy Wade. Craig was second. Breakfast Club 60. Rockin' the Guess Who, $14.99. This is $74.99. Led Zeppelin. 1977 Allied Press. Warner Brothers logo. George Pyros. Lacquer cut. That's what they left me as information. Led Zeppelin, $74.99. John Lennon Telecast is an unofficial for $39.99. John Lennon Telecast, that's an unofficial. That is $39.99. All right, we didn't have any other bids on breakfast or on 16 Candles, so that's sold to Paul Brothers at $55. Paul Brothers got 16 Candles for $55. Final call. That was done. That sold to Paul Brothers for $55. And then we had new bids on Breakfast Club. 57, then we had 60, and then 65. And Jeremy, I'm just now seeing your bid on 16 Candles for 58. I don't know if that came in. I don't know if that was in after I said sold or not. Was that on the screen? I feel like it was not on the screen, but I don't know. Love and Spoonful Greatest Hits, $14.99. Can we do an instant replay on that? I really hadn't scrolled to the bottom because I thought everybody was done. I saw more Breakfast Club. That one kind of got camouflaged in there. The C and the 6 got camouflaged with BC. He was on time. Okay, everybody says that one's still up then. Okay, so Paul, I have to reach. I guess that was on my. I'm sure that was in. I just hadn't got in there because I was around in this area and I hadn't got down to the bottom. Okay, that was on there. New bid, 16 Candles. At the very, very last moment, Jeremy Dalton is in at $58. Jeremy Dalton is in at $58. Amy's at $70 on the Breakfast Club. Did I miss any claims in before that? I don't think so. Leonard Skinner's First and Last is $34.99. And Heart Magazine, $19.99. Keith Whitley signed. Brandon knows that I have this signed promo error bootleg promo signed sealed copy of Keith Whitley he's been wanting to buy, but it's just not for sale right now. Just simply not for sale right now. Joe Gabriel first to Hart, and Stephanie Harder first on Leonard Skinnard. That's sold to Stephanie Harder. We got a sealed, signed, promo, bootleg, autographed Keith Whitley. Wow. Breakfast Club is at 71 with Jeremy Dalton, and 16 Candles is at 60. All right, those are still getting bids, as I anticipated. Let's recap this bin one more time. We're going to read these titles very quickly. If you want a price, let me know, and I'm going to put up a new crate. Jethro Tull, Heavy Horses. Dire Straits Communique. I'm going to tell you the price because you should buy them. Dire Straits is $26.99. Jethro Tull, Steve Miller Band, Brave New World, Alan Parsons Project, Vulture Culture. Why don't I just tell the prices on all of them right quick? $19.99 on Alan Parsons Project. Steve Miller Band was $24.99. Of course, Jethro Tull was $19.99. John Fogerty, Center Field, $19.99. Joe Walsh, Recorded Live. That was $19.99. Alan Parsons Project, Turn of a Friendly Card. That was $19.99. Autumn Betts is first on Dire Straits. Autumn Betts is first on Dire Straits. Rod Stewart, Gasoline Alley, $24.99. And Chris Christopherson and Rita Coolidge, $14.99. 16 Candles, 2 bids at $65, and Breakfast Club is at $75. Breakfast Club is at $75. America Live, that is $9.99. Classic stuff here. America Live, $9.99. The Doobie Brothers, Living on the Fault Line, $14.99. No Goodbyes, Hall & Oates, $19.99. Hall & Oates, No Goodbyes. And Philly Joe Jones, Advance, $26.99. Davey Blair, first to America Live. Ken Frazier was second. The True Story of the James Gang, 1987 UK, $24.99. R. Kelly, Gotham City Remix, $9.99 from Batman and Robin. Pure Prairie League, Bustin' Out, $24.99. Yes, that one has Amy. We have Janis Joplin Pearl, $34.99. David Johansen from the New York Dolls, $19.99. And Joe Jackson, Night and Day. I have a feeling somebody claimed that earlier, $24.99. Ken Frazier on PP. That was Pure Prairie League. Sell that to Ken Frazier. Up for bid is the Breakfast Club original soundtrack. Jeremy Dalton is at $76. Original motion picture soundtrack to The Breakfast Club. Jeremy Dalton's at $76. 16 Candles is at $67, also with Jeremy Dalton. He's high bidder on both, $76 and $67. He's high bid on both, $76 and $67. Hanson, I think they're still trying to help me out with that on there. Bruce Springsteen is $19.99. E Street Shuffle. Ken, you were second on America. It was Debbie Blair, and then Ken Frazier, and then John Porter. You were second, and John was third. On your Facebook chat, it's always going to look like you're first. Hall & Oates is $19.99 along the red ledge. Allman Brothers is $34.99. 16 Candles is at $70. Neil Diamond Rainbow, $9.99. Jay Giles on red vinyl is $29.99. Jethro Tull, Minstrel in the Gallery, $19.99. The Guess Who, $14.99. Led Zeppelin, $74.99. 77 Allied Press, $74.99. John Lennon, that's a telecast unofficial, $39.99. And the Lovin' Spoonful Greatest Hits, Do You Believe in Magic? And Nashville Cats, and Daydream, and Summer in the City, $14.99. 16 Candles, $70. 16 Candles, $68. 77 on the Breakfast Club. 16 Candles, $69. Breakfast Club, $80. Edward Star Wars wants DJ. DJ was for DJ right here. I'm not even going to say his last name again. Breakfast Club, $81.81. Rob, the Dire Straits is already sold. New crate. Let's go through a little bit of new vinyl. I've got 3 more crates of vintage to go through, and they're just as good as that one. We're going to run through this new vinyl very quickly. John Porter wants the Led Zeppelin. Or, no, he put LS, Lovin' Spoonful. I thought that was LZ at first glance. That is so to John Porter, Lovin' Spoonful Greatest Hits. Back over here, Breakfast Club, $81.81, $70 on 16 Candles, $85 on Breakfast Club. New vinyl, we have Prince. Piano and Microphone, 1983, the previously unreleased home studio recording, $28.99 on Prince. Stone Temple Pilots, Shane Shangri-La Dida. Shangri-La Dida. $44.99. That's music on vinyl. Nirvana Incesticide. Nirvana Incesticide is $56.99. $56.99. That's a 45 RPM 2LP. $56.99 on Nirvana. Craig was first to Prince. Will Price, if you want on a waiting list, let me know. I'll put you on there. It's 86 on Breakfast Club. Sabbath auction. I will run Sabbath after this. Thank you for the request. Eric Beck was first on Stone Temple Pilots. Then we got Nirvana. I got 2 copies of Slayer, Decade of Aggression Live, and I believe that is a colored vinyl. Is this an unofficial? Maybe it's not colored vinyl. Don't hold me to that. Just assume it's black. Slayer is $39.99. I have 2 of those. Let me skip over the other Slayers. I have Sabotage, Fight for the Rock. Sabotage is $36.99. Kelly Cook, first on Slayer. I have another one of those if anybody's interested. And there's several. Kelly Cook, Michael Herrera, Martin Pryor, and Mike Vandergets. That's a title I've never had before, so I've only ordered a couple to take a waiting list. If y'all want on that waiting list, let me know, or if anybody else does. That's Martin Pryor and Mike Vandergets and Vernon Lehman. I got a couple more Slayers. Let me skip over those and show this. The Cure, Red Light District. This is for sure an unofficial, and I know for sure it's on red vinyl. The Cure, Amsterdam, 1979, red vinyl 2LP. That is $44.99. That is sold very quickly to Mike Massey. If anybody else wants one of those on a waiting list, they'll be in next week. Let me know. Tanner will take down your name. Paul Brothers also on that Slayer waiting list. Chris Gardner second on the Cure. Update on our auctions. Michael Hutchings. Michael is at 90 on the Breakfast Club. It's a perfect copy. OG. Going once, going twice. 16 candles. 16 candles. $68 with Chris Gardner. Okay, you should be able to hear me now. Now we got to decipher through 200 no sound comments. That's okay. Thanks for letting me know. It's better than y'all just watching and be like, oh, he must have stopped talking. Paul Brothers said he was in first at 70. Paul Brothers said he was in first at 70. Paul Brothers, you were first at 70. Paul Brothers is in at 70. Paul Brothers is in at 70. He was first. So, Jeremy, you're out and everybody else. I had got to Slayer and then Chris Gardner. Mic out, no sound. Mic out, lost audio, sound, no sound. Sound went out. Mic drop, no sound, no sound. Paul had 71st, lost sound, no audio. Chad, sound, question mark, sound, no sound. Back on, good, it's back. There you go, back, all clear. Prince was $28.99. Prince was $28.99. Jeremy's back in at 71. Are we all done on the Breakfast Club? Michael Hutchings is at $90. Going twice, going 3 times. Chris wants on the waiting list for the Cure. I think we already have you down. This other Slayer I only have 1 copy of. Haunting the Chapel. Red and white marbled vinyl. The classic EP on 45 RPM. Haunting the Chapel. Red and white vinyl. $36.99. Martin, you're on the Slayer waiting list. There's another Slayer, Haunting the Chapel. Only have 1 of those. We already sold 1 Prince. Here's another. This is Prince, Around the World in a Day. $29.99, Around the World in a Day. Featuring Raspberry Beret and Pop Life. Top 10 hits. $29.99 for that Prince. So Sean was first. Sean was first on Chapel. Andy was second. Paul's out on 16 Candles. These 2 Prince albums are sold to Jerry Stone and Chris Gardner. Well, I don't have enough for y'all tonight. I guess instead of ordering 1 as an experiment or 2, I guess I need to start ordering 5 of everything as an experiment. I never have enough. John Wilson, you were third, which means you're first on a waiting list if that's okay. Let's see. Let's show. Okay. This. Another Cure unofficial. I've got 3 of these. I've had this before. The Cure, Disintegration in Leipzig, Germany, 1990. $29.99. $29.99. Let's sell The Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club is sold for $90, and that was to Michael Hutchings, which I think is Amy Hutchings. Is that usually what we put those under? Is that the same Hutchings? That's $90. I think we're down to $71 on 16 candles. Jeremy Dalton, $71. That's going twice, going 3 times. Chris is at $81. I think we were at, what did I just say? We were at $71. Chris is at $81. Then this cure title here, he's at $72. Okay, he's at $72, not $81. John Wilson on the waiting list for the Prince Around the World in a Day. Get all this straight. And then this cure here goes to Chris Gardner, Sarah Morgan, Sarah Morgan, and Heather Gallegos. Those 3 are all sold. Sarah Morgan, Heather Gallegos, Chris Gardner, Sarah Morgan, Heather Gallegos. Those are all gone. Okay, Jeremy's out on 16 candles. He's at $72. Final call. Next, Nirvana, orange vinyl. Nirvana, orange vinyl, live at the Paramount, $49.99. 2 LP, orange vinyl, $49.99 on Nirvana, orange vinyl. Another Slayer, Show No Mercy, flesh pink, orange marbled vinyl, $36.99 with lyric, photo insert, and large poster, $36.99. I only have one. Only have one. Jerry Stone says give his to Chris Gardner. Chris Gardner already got one. I think he meant Prince to John Wilson. Give Prince to John Wilson, not Chris Gardner. John Wilson was third. Jerry, you were first. Chris, y'all both got one. You said pass and give it to John Wilson. Andy Wade was first to Slayer. 16 candles is being sold in just a moment. Purple Rain, $31.99. Prince, Purple Rain, $31.99. This is the new Rush Signals box set, $279.99. 40th anniversary. I have not shown or had one of these before. I don't even have one myself yet. 40th anniversary, limited edition, LP, CD, Blu-ray, 4 7-inch singles, half-speed master, remastered CD, Blu-ray audio, exclusive items. That's $279.99. Rush Signals. Rush Signals, $279.99. Stone Temple Pilots, $79.99. $79.99. 25th anniversary, Super Deluxe Edition, 3 CDs and the LP. That is $79.99. That's Tiny Music. That's sold to Jason Dobb. Very quickly, if anybody else wants one of those, let me know. Let's go ahead and tag 16 Candles. That's sold to Chris Gardner. Chris Gardner for $72, 16 candles. Chris Gardner is also second on STP. Let me know if you want on a waiting list. Tool, Lollapalooza, live unofficial, colored vinyl, $38.99 for Tool. And Sabotage, this is Poets and Madmen, $54.99. White vinyl, glow-in-the-dark 7-inch, $54.99. Will Price first on Tool, live at Lollapalooza. And I've got Sturgill Simpson, Cutting Grass, indie exclusive blue and white swirl vinyl, glow-in-the-dark cover. That is $28.99. Autumn Bet, second on Tool. And Ghost, if you have Ghost on translucent yellow vinyl, indie store exclusive, $29.99. Boy, that was an eventful, creative new vinyl. I've learned my lesson. I need to order some more print stuff, right, Tanner? He only has like 30 albums. Those were a couple good ones we had in there tonight. Here's a couple of anticipated auctions. Let's get these rolling. Black Sabbath Live Evil. Black Sabbath Live Evil. A really nice copy. Ronnie James Dio on lead vocals. We're going to start this out for an even 5-0, $50. Black Sabbath Live Evil. It does have the complete works of Black Sabbath insert. It's really nice. It is near mint. It's an OG, super nice jacket. That's a $50 start. Black Sabbath Live Evil. Boy, that's nice. That's some good stuff, too. Bon Jovi, $35 start. His debut album with the original inner sleeve with hype sticker. Includes Runaway and Breakout. Very nice jacket and shrink wrap. Vinyl is near mint minus, and that's a $35 start. $35 start on Bon Jovi. $35 start on Bon Jovi. So, Autumn on the Tool waiting list for Lollapalooza. STP Tiny Music as a standard LP is not in print. Gary Samuels wants the Sturgill Simpson. This is some good music here. Several on here that I like, especially Oh Sarah. Great song. That is sold to Gary Samuel, Sturgill. Matthew Christ on Ghost. Matthew Christ on Ghost. That's sold to Matthew Christ. Black Sabbath 50, Black Sabbath 50, Bon Jovi 35, Black Sabbath 55, Bon Jovi 37, 40, 35, 46, 41. Okay, let's recap this vinyl, new vinyl bin very quickly. Then I've got new vintage for you. Nirvana Incesticide. That is $56.99 for Nirvana Incesticide. 45 RPM. The sound quality on this is incredible. This first song, Dive, you've never heard it better than this pressing right here. $56.99. Savatage, Fight for the Rock, $36.99. Single LP gatefold. And then Nirvana is on orange vinyl. If you missed that one earlier, orange vinyl, $49.99. Live at the Paramount, $49.99 on Nirvana. Purple Rain, $31.99. The Rush box set, $279. The other Savatage, which we keep selling out of, Poets and Madmen, $54.99. And Ghost, last copy, yellow vinyl, $29.99 for Ghost. All righty. Let's bring up some new vintage. I've actually got it. Tanner, there's a crate. I'll go ahead and start another one, but there's a crate in the office has a Fleetwood Mac book on the top. If we could get that one, please. I'm going to go through that one after I go through this one. That's some of the stuff I priced last night. Some sealed stuff. There's some CD box sets in there. This crate here is very good. I went through it just a second ago. I pulled out several things to auction, but what's left, we're going to make buy it nows. Bon Jovi, 45. Black Sabbath, 60, 60, and 65. Sean Fairweather wants on the Slayer, Show No Mercy, and Seasons and Abyss waiting list. You got it. You got it. New vintage arrivals. Let me update our auctions right quick so Tanner can step to the back and not miss too many tags. Black Sabbath is at $70 with Martin Pryor. This is a 2LP Live Evil. I've had this before, and like most Black Sabbath albums, they're trashed. I guess Black Sabbath is in that party type record. I mean, I guess they were either stoned or blasting it so loud, and they didn't really care too much for them. I think if you were alive in that era, you know what I'm talking about. Black Sabbath albums are just always trashed. You know, they were just, all of them. Even the 80s Dio stuff, that's getting harder to find. And then Bon Jovi debut album, I don't think he needs any introduction. Really nice copy, OG, and high bid on that is at 47 with James Rayner. 47 on that. Ken Crooker wants on the Slayer, Seasons and Abyss, and Jamie Butler wants on Decade of Aggression. I need to order Prince and Slayer. I need to go through both of their catalogs and stock some. So that's the high bids on those. All righty. We have new vintage arrivals. Sanford & Son. That's really cool. $24.99 from the original NBC show. Red Fox and Deadman Wilson, of course. $24.99 for Sanford & Son. Joe Sample, Voices in the Rain. $9.99. Joe Sample, Voices in the Rain. Telly Savalas, Who Loves Ya Baby. Telly is sealed. $24.99. Kojak. Jorge Santana. Tomato radio station service, not for resale. Gold stamp promo, $14.99. $14.99. Love, Devotion, Surrender. That is Carlos Santana and John McLaughlin. $19.99. And this is $99.99. Check this out. $99.99. The Rolling Stones. It is a stereo press. Very clean. Their Santanic Majesty's Request. Lenticular cover. Lenticular cover. Gatefold. Nice jacket. Nice spine. A little bit of a ding here. $99.99. $99.99. Lenticular cover. I believe that is a 67. That is a 67. Stereo OG. Mono, very tough to find. Bon Jovi, 50. Kenny Heathcock, first through Sanford & Son. SS, Kenny Heathcock, Chip Hall, second. Bon Jovi, 55. Brian C. wants Santana. I believe he wants this one, not the other one. That's sold to Brian C. And I think we're caught up. Santana, Inner Secret, $17.99. Santana, Inner Secret, $17.99. And this is Posh, what's this say? Patrice Rushin, Posh, sealed with hype sticker, $14.99. Black Sabbath should be on the final call. Martin Pryor has that at 70. Final Call. That's about to be sold. Bon Jovi's at 55. That's a first call. Russian. Alan Hevelone wants that. Patrice Russian. That's sold to Alan Hevelone. Kansas, Point of No Return. $19.99 for Kansas. Point of No Return. Return to Forever featuring Chick Corea. No mystery. No mystery. $19.99 on Chick Corea. Carpenters, Made in America. $9.99. Tammy Hinkle first on Kansas. Bon Jovi's at 57. Peter, Paul, and Mary, No Easy Walk to Freedom. $9.99 on PPM. The Beatles' Let It Be is a 1970 Jacksonville press. $39.99. $39.99. 70 Jacksonville press on Let It Be. And we have Magical Mystery Tour. This is an Apple pressing. Very clean, though, and very nice. $34.99 on Magical Mystery Tour. Quincy Jones, Walking in Space. Quincy Jones from 1969. I've never seen that before on CTI, A&M CTI, $39.99. Martin Pryor gets Black Sabbath for $70. That's sold to Martin Pryor. Paul Brothers is back in on Bon Jovi for $60. Ricky Lee Jones, self-titled, that's a UK version, $19.99 on Ricky Lee Jones. And Joe Sample is $9.99. Joe Sample. Mongo Santa Maria, $14.99. Mongo Mania, $14.99 on Mongo Santa Maria. Boz Scaggs and Band. Boz Scaggs and Band, $19.99. Elmore James, Come Go With Me. Elmore James is $19.99. Come Go With Me, Elmore James. Bob James, Touchdown, $9.99. Elmore James and Bob James. Seems like we got some interest in Slayer. Let me show two albums. Y'all may already have them, but we got a bunch in stock. I got plenty for everybody if you don't have this one. If you want this one, comment Divine Intervention. And if you want the other one, comment South of Heaven. I've got whole stacks of these. Divine Intervention, South of Heaven. They're both $36 and $34.99. $36 and $34.99. If you didn't know we had those. Those are available. Tammy needs to put back Kansas. Before that, Michael Nath was first to Elmore James. Romy Lou was first to Joe Sample. Mike Vandergents was second to Elmore James. Final call on Bon Jovi for $60. Chris Jagger. That is sealed from 1974. $14.99 on Chris Jagger. The Rolling Stones Goat Head Suit. A 1986 press. $49.99. Wow. 1986 press. It looks like it's brand new. $49.99. $49.99. Mike Post is back in on Bon Jovi at 61. Tammy needs to see the cover. This is Point of No Return. Point of No Return. It has the ship going off the edge. That's the Point of No Return. 1999. Michael Jackson Thriller. OG. No co-produced by Michael Jackson. $29.99. Original inner sleeve. Very nice copy. Thriller is $29.99. The onlyest... Well, y'all are trying to help me say this. I thought I've been saying that right my whole life. I've been saying Theonius. Theonius Monk. Just like in the Steely Dan song. Sealed $39.99. Sealed $39.99. 1984. Tammy says she already got one, so we'll give Kansas to Eli. Mark Cunningham first on Michael Jackson. John Leal is second. Paul Brothers, are you in or out on Bon Jovi? Are you in or out on Bon Jovi? Because Mike's at 61. You can bid again or you can say out. Look at Me, The Moments. Look at Me, The Moments. $39.99. 1975. $39.99. The Moments. The Hissing of Summer Lawns. Joni Mitchell. $19.99 for Joni Mitchell. And Lou Reed Live, Take No Prisoners. Lou Reed Live is $39.99. 2LP. Let's see. Thelonious. Thelonious, Joni Mitchell, James Bragg. That's so to Joni Mitchell. Was Bon Jovi a club? No, Bon Jovi was a U.S. original. U.S. original retail copy. U.S. original retail copy. Boz Scaggs, his hits. $19.99 for Boz Scaggs. Boz Scaggs' Middleman is $19.99. And Playing It Cool, Timothy B. Schmidt, $9.99. Timothy B, $9.99. Night Moves by Bob Seger, $29.99. Kelly Gabney first to Boz Scaggs Hits. That's sold to Kelly Gabney. And Bob Seger Against the Wind, $24.99. Michael says, thanks, Chad, for pronouncing that accurately. The Led Zeppelin from earlier, it's right here and behind me. This is $74.99. It's a 77 Allied press. George Pyros cut the lacquer, $74.99. And the vinyl is near mint. Bon Jovi's a 65. Everything in here is sticker price right now. Sanford and Townsend, $9.99. Jam Together, this looks good, $74.99. $74.99. This is Steve Cropper, Albert King, and Pop Staples. Wow, on Stax. Didn't know we had this. It's a promo copy too. Promotion copy on the label. $74.99. 68 promo. Lonnie Jordan. War presents Lonnie Jordan. Different Moods of Me. Lonnie Jordan is $9.99. I got them old Cosmic Blues again. Janis Joplin in shrink wrap with the original title sticker, the hype sticker, and a price sticker. $39.99 for Janis Joplin. Oh, here's another one. Al Jarreau, Breaking Away, $9.99. And Etta James and Eddie Cleanhead Vinson, Blues in the Night. Blues in the Night, $26.99. Mike Post, let me know if you're in or out on Bon Jovi. Paul has that for $65. Rhonda's first to JJ, which is Janis Joplin. Michael Knapp second. Romy Lou wants AJ. That's sold to Romy Lou. And Tom Petty, $19.99. Rebels Live and Rebels the LP version. 12-inch single promo from Tom Petty, $19.99. Tom Petty's $19.99. The OJs from the beginning. The OJs is $14.99. Everything you always wanted to hear by the OJs, but were afraid to ask. $24.99. Everything you always wanted to hear by the OJs, but you're afraid to ask. Rush has a promo record that looks like that. Everything you wanted to hear by Rush or something like that. I've had that on my Discogs for a while. No luck. John Porter, you're first to the OJs. Let me know if you want From the Beginning or everything you wanted to hear. Minnie Riperton, Come to My Garden. $229.99. Didn't expect that in here. A 1970 Pittman press. $229.99. A 1970 Pittman press. John Porter first to the OJs. Then Laura said, OJs, how much? Laura, this is the only one that's left is $24.99. I have not heard from Mike Post. I've got to sell this though because I have more auctions to get to. Paul Brothers gets Bon Jovi for $65. That is sold to Paul Brothers for $65. What do we have here? It's $39.99. This is a Smokey Robinson interview radio show. I see the Eagles, the OJs, the Byrds, Orleans, Delaney and Bonnie, the Beach Boys. Looks like another radio broadcast. Gary Owens Super Tracks. Is that what that says? Yeah, it's another radio broadcast. I think that's what Chris DeMoss wants. It's $39.99. That looked pretty cool too. And we have Some Girls, $64.99. Some Girls is $64.99. Some Girls, $64.99. All right, well, I've got two more auctions over here. We're going to do Duran Duran and Falco, two more 80s records. Falco is the album that has Rock Me Amadeus on it. This is a $25 start. It is near mint from that collection we just got in from Wisconsin. A&M original inner sleeve. That's a $25 start on Falco. I guess it's just self-titled. Falco 3, actually. No, Falco 3. Falco 3, Rock Me Amadeus. I've got Duran Duran Arena, a U.S. version in shrink wrap and hop sticker. And I believe it has some inserts with it. Let me see if they're in here or if I'm crazy. No, it has 8-page booklet. Yes, has the booklet with it. It's in shrink wrap. It has the original inner sleeve with lyrics. And that is a $25 start as well. Duran Duran. So it has the booklet, shrink wrap, pop sticker, near mint mice, vinyl, gatefold cover, inner sleeve. Okay. Laura, if you're a new buyer, just tell me what you want to buy. So if you want the OJ, say OJ sold, and then I'll give you first-time buyer instructions. That easy. Falco, $25.25. Tom Petty was $19.99, Carol. Tom Petty was $19.99. Falco, $26. Duran, $25. Falco, $27. Rockabilly, this looks cool. $34.99. Rockabilly Psychosis. This is Rockabilly Psychosis and the Garage Disease. Looks like an awesome compilation. There's the Cramps. Who's that other artist I just seen? The Sonics is on here. The Trash Man. That is sold to Jeff McMaster. That should have went up for auction. That's sold to Jeff McMaster. Tom Petty sold to Carol Puckett. So Rockabilly sold to Jeff, and Carol Puckett got Tom Petty. Falco is at 28, 30. Duran Duran 28. An OG Prince, $49.99. Specialty press with the poster. Lake Design Inner Sleeve. Lake Design Inner Sleeve. Which is that? Looks a little bit different than some I've seen. Prince is sold to Eli Tomlinson. That is sold to Eli. John Leal was second. The Pretenders, 1999, self-titled. Puffin Stuff, H&R Puffin Stuff, is sealed from 1970. $74.99, sealed. Universal presents the original soundtrack album of a Sid and Marty Krofft production, just Puffin Stuff, no H&R. And special guest, Mama Koss. That is $74.99. That is sealed. This is $49.99. It's a 2016 mono on turquoise vinyl. It's a Barnes & Noble exclusive mono turquoise vinyl, Otis Redding, $49.99. Okay, so Falco's at 30. Duran Duran 28. Eli got Prince. John was second. Duran Duran 30. Falco 32. And I'm going to read through these titles very quickly one more time. Lots of great records still left in here. And then that crate that I posted a box of on Facebook, I'm going to go through that stuff next with some of those CD box sets, etc., etc. The OJs was near mint, $24.99. I guess the buyer that was interested earlier does not want it. If you do, let me know. We do $7 unlimited shipping. It's combined all week. If you're watching you and you want to make a purchase, just comment whatever you want, as you see people doing. We'll pull it for you. We also got 2 auctions going back here in the back. Joe Sample, Voices in the Rain, $9.99. Telly Savalas is sealed, $24.99. Santana and McLaughlin, $19.99. The Rolling Stones was $99.99. $99.99 lenticular cover, stereo. Santana Inner Secret, $17.99. Return to Forever, Chick Corea, No Mystery, $19.99. The Carpenters, Made in America, $9.99. Peter, Paul, and Mary, $9.99. The Beatles is $39.99. There's a surprise, and even a bigger surprise. Magical Mystery Tour, that is $34.99. Quincy Jones, Walking in Space, $39.99. Ricky Lee Jones, $19.99, UK. Mongo Santa Maria, $14.99. Falco is at $35. Duran Duran is at $31. Boz Scaggs is $19.99. Bob James Touchdown, $9.99. Chris Jagger, sealed from 1974, $14.99. The Rolling Stones is $49.99. That's a 1986. The Thelonious Monk Orchestra at Town Hall. That is sealed, $39.99 from 1984. Anderson Williams wants Let It Be and Magical Mystery Tour. Anderson, if you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. I don't think I've said your name too many times, so welcome to CollectCo. Actually, right before that, I can sell you Let It Be, but actually Will Price, right before that, got the Magical Mystery Tour. So that is sold to Will Price, correction. And then our new buyer, Anderson, got Let It Be. You were first to that one. He just beat you out on Magical Mystery Tour, according to the Restream chat. But make sure you message our page. We're doing this again tomorrow, which is Friday and Saturday. We're going to have all new arrivals, auctions, just like tonight. We do this 6 nights a week. You'll hear me on here selling records. We also buy collections. We'll travel anywhere in the country and possibly out of the country if we have to buy your record collection. Most people watching right now, though, are wanting to buy records themselves. Ken Frazier wants Inner Secrets. That has to be something in here that I passed over. What was Inner Secrets? Walking in Space. I feel like somebody asked about Walking in Space earlier. Santana is what he wants. That's sold to Ken Frazier. Paul Brothers, you were second on Let It Be. Steve Botsford wants to know the condition of Touchdown. Bob James Touchdown is near mint minus. Near mint minus, EX plus. And we've got Brian, you were third on Let It Be. Colin Butler, the Quincy Jones, was $39.99. $39.99 on Walking in Space. Dave Plunkett also just asked that. It's a very nice copy. Steven's out on Duran Duran. Mike's at 33. Excuse me. Edward wants TM, the Monk record. That's sold to Edward. Joanne's out on Falco. Duran Duran's at 35. Steve Bosford wants Touchdown. Quincy's $39.99. 37 on Duran Duran. And any Sublime in the racks. I don't think I have hardly anything in stock by Sublime right now. Let's see. Look at Me, The Moments. Look at Me, $39.99. Look at Me, The Moments, $39.99. And Lou Reed Live, Take No Prisoners. That's also $39.99. 2 LP. Bob Skaggs, Middleman, and Shrink Wrap, $19.99. Playing It Cool, Timothy B. Schmidt, $9.99. And Bob Seger, Night Moves, $29.99. The classic Night Moves. Let's update our auctions. Falco. Anderson Williams is at $36. Rock Me Amadeus. It's actually Falco 3. Of course, that's the hit song on there. Anderson's at $36. We have several people out on Duran Duran. The last bidder I seen was Mike Langford. Mike Langford's at $37. So final call on these two. Final call on those two. We have Bob Seger. And also Against the Wind is $24.99. Sanford and Townsend, $9.99. The Jam Together, surprise, one of our blues buyers have not bought this yet, $74.99. It's a 69 promo. Beautiful condition on the vinyl. Lonnie Jordan, never had that before, $9.99. Etta James and Eddie Cleanhead Vinson, $26.99. When Doc hops on later for the recap, I have a feeling a lot of these are going to be gone. The OJ's record, one more time. This is a white label promo. Everything you always wanted to hear about the OJ's from Philadelphia Records. First track is Backstabbers, then Love Train. That's $24.99. $24.99. Minnie Riperton was $229.99 for Minnie Riperton. $229. Gold stamp promo on Some Girls. I'm just now noticing that. Gold stamp promo's original unedited cover. That is $64.99. Stacy put LJ, OJ, and then OJ. Stacy was first on the OJs. And the Pretenders is $19.99. Puffin Stuff was sealed, $74.99. And the Barnes & Noble exclusive, Otis Redding, $49.99. Colin Butler said he'll take the Quincy Jones, Walking in Space. That's sold to Colin. And Kelly Gabney gets the Pretenders. That's sold to Kelly Gabney. All right, these auctions are done. Anderson Williams gets the Falco for $36. And Duran Duran is sold to Mike Langford for $37. Those are pretty similar in price. All right. Anybody else, let me know on these. I'm about to put up a new crate that I was telling you about. I've got another auction here. This was part of our Facebook post. This is, of course, you can't buy and sell unofficials on eBay or Discogs anymore. This is a pretty cool one here. This is John Bottom's last ever live performance he did with Led Zeppelin. Bonzo's last ever gig. That was in Berlin on July, even though they put an I here, July. July. They didn't put a Y. July 7th, 1980. That's Led Zeppelin live. It's a triple LP. This is a $125 start. Not an easy bootleg to get, especially since you really can't trade these online much anymore. Amazing Stork Records. It's really nice. Sound quality is mediocre. I listened to one side. It actually gets better as the concert goes on. I skipped ahead. We took it off the turntable because I wanted to test play a lot of different stuff. I listened to Peter Gabriel last night, a couple of those other audiophile records that we sold. I wanted to test play them. Like I said, some parts are better than others, but first time I've ever had this Led Zeppelin. Looks like it was a full concert too. That's how we spell July in Europe, Juli. There you go. All right. July 7th, 1980. Okay, let's see here. Anything, how much was Etta and Cleanhead? Etta and Eddie was $26.99. If you want that, $26.99. One kind of a setup. We have a Music Hall Classic going through, I think, the receiver isn't all that good. An Onkyo and then the speakers are the prize. We got an original pair of Bell clips that is, they're amazing. Never heard anything better than what comes through these. At one time, I had a Thorns up here going through a Macintosh amp through the clips, and it was the best setup we ever had. And I sold the turntable, the receivers in the back, because we had a channel going out on it, and I got to get that repaired. This is sold to Michael Nath. Stacy Brown wants a 1978, now 78. Those are right here. I've got 2 left if anybody else wants one. That's sold to Stacy. Led Zeppelin bootleg is $125 start. Bonzo's last ever gig. Bonzo's last ever gig. I've got a couple Macintosh actually for sale. I've got a Macintosh, both of them are for sale. I got a receiver, or I got an amp that needs some repair, and then I've got this other one with that channel. I don't know if it was my receiver or the amp, but I changed completely, and I do have 2 that's for sale though. One for like parts of repair, one that needs a light repair, but I think y'all might be interested. I have some equipment to post. Okay, I'm going to show a book and a couple things to make room in this crate. This first thing is $14.99. This is a Mick Fleetwood book, My Life in Years, or My 25 Years in Fleetwood Mac. Mick Fleetwood, this is $14.99. Really cool book. Lots and lots of pictures. Fleetwood Mac, and of course probably just as important, I've never seen a lot of these before. Lots of words too. That is My 25 Years in Fleetwood Mac, Mick Fleetwood. That's sold to Stacy. That's sold to Stacy. Now, I've got a couple CD box sets that's from the South Carolina. Before we start doing the CDs, we're going to do CD box sets. And I've got a few ready I went ahead and did tonight. The amount of music you get on these for the price is incredible. First is the Bruce Springsteen. This is $19.99. Live, Bruce Springsteen, 1975 to 1985. The 3 CD of that. That is $19.99. And Rod Stewart Storyteller, that's a 4 CD box, $19.99. These are all complete. If they come with a book, it's all in there. So if these come with something, I promise you they're in there. There's Rod Stewart and Bruce Springsteen. Those are both $19.99. I didn't even put the sticker on the box. I put it on a sticky note. John Wilson gets the Rod Stewart. Final call if you want to get in on Led Zeppelin. And let me pull a couple more box sets out of here so I can make room to show you the albums I've got in here. These next 2 are really incredible. This one is $59.99. The complete stack singles from 59 to 68. Look at all that music, $59.99. I forgot how many CDs are on here, like 6 maybe. Incredible. That is stacks, the complete stack singles. And we have Muddy Waters for $29.99. 72 songs on 3 CDs and a 32-page booklet. Look at all the Muddy Waters. Has the original. This is from that guy who was into the blues music. He was in the music business. He got a lot of stuff as promos and freebies. That's why so much of this stuff, it looks new, and it probably has never been played, especially with the CDs. We've got over 5,000 CDs, and then 2 days before that, I went and bought the contents from that radio station, and we got like 5,000 jazz CDs. For some reason, I guess when people get to 5,000 CDs, they stop. They're like, this is too many. Because if we buy a major CD collection, it's always 5,000. Peter Alderman wants the stacks. He put Stay, and then he put stacks. That's sold to Peter. Michael Nath wants the Muddy Waters. I've got 2 more before I have room in this crate. The next are $19.99 and $24.99. These are great. I actually had this originally and ripped it all into my iTunes library. Yes is $24.99. Yes is $24.99. And The Who is $19.99. That's a live performance from the historic 1989 tour. 34 songs with booklet. And this is like the best of Yes. 4 disc, 4 CD. Yes is $24.99. John Wilson wants The Who. And Yes was $24.99. Awesome packaging on this as well. Has the book, lots of information and pictures. And the disc, I popped disc, I think 2 out there and looked at it. I'm pretty sure these weren't really touched all that much. It's probably something he got for free or as a gift. So Yes and Bruce Springsteen is the only two left. Bruce Springsteen is $19.99 and Yes is $24.99. Those are the only two left if anybody wants those. Now, let me set the vinyl up here. There's one for sure that's going to be auctioned. It was hard for me to find a comp of this. This is, it was hard for me to find a comp. Ball and Chain, Big Mama Thornton, Lightning Hopkins, and Larry Williams on our Hooley. It is sealed, so I can't really tell you what pressing it is. The catalog number is the same for all of them, 1039. This is Ball and Chain, Big Mama Thornton, Lightning Hopkins. It's a $65 start. It's a $65 start. Ball and Chain, Big Mama Thornton, Lightning Hopkins, and Larry Williams. That's a $65 start. I got on eBay and there was like really not that all many even sold, and especially for a sealed one. Tammy Hinkle, actually John Wilson wants the Yes, and Tammy Hinkle on Bruce Springsteen. Michael Nath is in on Ball and Chain. Final Call on Led Zeppelin. I've actually already said final call. When I come back, I'm about to end that. Let me put this new crate up here. Okay, so these are new arrivals. There's some sealed stuff in here. There's some vintage stuff, but this is all from that. If you're a Stevie Nicks fan and a Fleetwood Mac fan, you might want to pay close attention, especially for Stevie Nicks. There's something in here I'd never seen before. I didn't know it was ever released, and it wasn't too cheap. First is $64.99. This is Dusty Springfield. I tagged all these myself last night. It was all mostly sealed stuff, so it's a lot faster for me to do that. Pressed at RTI. This was a Rhino Summer of Love edition. Has the hop sticker. Pressed at RTI, Dusty Springfield is $64.99. Dusty in Memphis. The Stooges, almost said the Three Stooges. The Stooges, that is sealed, $29.99. That's a Rhino reissue. $29.99 for the Stooges. Sealed. Muddy Waters with the Rolling Stones, 2LP. That should be colored vinyl, and that is $59.99. $59.99 for the Rolling Stones and Muddy Waters. Monk, Thelonious Monk in Italy. That is also sealed, $34.99. $34.99. And Stand Back, here comes Charlie Musselwhite's Southside Band. $34.99 for Charlie Musselwhite. $34.99. Stevie Nicks, this is sealed OG. Sealed OG, $39.99. $39.99. Ball and Chain, Michael Nath bid $65. Heather also bid $65. Heather, you were second. If anybody wants the Led Zeppelin boot, it's a $125 buy it now. If anybody wants that, it's a $125 buy it now. Guns N' Roses sold for $355, I think. That's already sold. Andy Wade first on the Stones with Muddy Waters. Kevin W. wants Monk. Kevin W. wants Monk. It's sold for $325. And Spencer said thanks. Final call on Ball and Chain for $65. Final call for Ball and Chain. Stevie Nicks. Stevie Nicks is sealed for $399. The Steely Dan is in here. It's going to be a buy it now. So Mark, I hope you have your comment ready. And Pebbles, I Can't Stand the Rain. This is also sealed, $29.99. And Pebbles. Bob Seger, 9 Tonight. This is an OG that's sealed, $49.99. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Michael Nath wants the sealed Stevie Nicks. Final call on Ball and Chain. Heather, if you want to bid. I saw you also bid $65, but Michael was in first. Madison Ward and Mama Bear live at Grimey's, $14.99. $14.99. Bob Marley and the Wailers at the Record Plant, 1973. That is sealed, $29.99. Jackie Brown, a Quentin Tarantino film, sealed, yellow vinyl from Rhino, 2016, sealed, $39.99. Michael Nath first on Mama Bear, and Aaron Jolly first on the Bob Marley. Those are both sold. Jackie Brown. Stevie Nicks Rarities, 81 to 83, $49.99. Stevie Nicks Rarities. That was originally a Record Store Day release. Some of these are kind of hard to find. $49.99. Stevie Nicks. And the Blues, B.B. King, $24.99. John Leal first on Stevie Nicks. Craig Thomas was second on Bob Marley. Aaron Jolly was first on that. Michael Nath first on B.B. King. Autumn Betts, second on Stevie Nicks. We have Prince, sealed, self-titled. It's a reissue, $28.99 for Prince, self-titled, Prince. Fleetwood Mac, alternate Mirage. That is $49.99. The alternate Mirage, $49.99. $49.99, alternate. That's a record store day. Fleetwood Mac, alternate Mirage. The Taj Mahal Anthology, $29.99, gold stamp promo, white label promo, near mint, Taj Mahal Anthology, Volume 1. Songs for Beginners, Graham Nash, $14.99. Songs for Beginners, Graham Nash. That is $14.99. Brian Hummel, first on Taj Mahal. Fred Carnell was second. Let's go ahead and sell Ball and Chain to Michael Nath for $65. Brian Hummel got Taj Mahal. Fred was second. Autumn Betts wants the alternate Fleetwood Mac. Greg, you were third on Taj Mahal. The New Colony 6, Attacking a Straw Man, $14.99 for the New Colony 6. The Neville Brothers, Fio on the Bayou. Bayou. I guess that's supposed to rhyme. So let's say Bayou on the Bayou, maybe? Fio on the Bayou. The Neville Brothers, $19.99. When you read it one way, it makes you mispronounce the other. New Edition, $29.99. Near mint, New Edition. Steely Dan is $29.99. This is a live WBCN Memphis, 1974. Steely Dan, $29.99. Colin Butler on the Neville Brothers. John Wilson on New Edition. Jedit wants Prince. Mark Fallon first on Steely Dan. Then Kenneth Jank. Then Dave Plunkett. Then Steve Botsford. Then James Bragg. I have not got Star Trek in yet, Paul. I have not got that in yet. Taj Mahal and Keb Mo, $34.99. That's also sealed. The long-anticipated collaborative album, Taj Mahal and Keb Mo, $34.99. Fleetwood Mac, The Alternate Tusk, 2LP, $59.99. Record store day, Alternate Tusk. Greg Baldwin, first to TAC, which is supposed to be Taj. That's sold to Greg Baldwin, Taj Mahal, and Keb Mo. Oh, there's another Taj Mahal. I'll do that one later so the comments don't get messed up. Stevie Nicks, The Wild Heart, $24.99. Stevie Nicks, The Wild Heart, $24.99. That was a sneak peek on that one. And another Stevie Nicks. And let's do Lonnie Mac. Whatever's Right. Lonnie Mac is $14.99. $14.99. John Lill first on Stevie Nicks. And we have Alternate Tusk still available. And Lonnie Mac. That other Taj Mahal, timeout on that one. We showed two back-to-back. Sometimes if I can avoid getting too many back-to-back, we'll do that. Where's the Japanese band? Here it is. I've kind of ran out of new auctions I pulled, so I showed a lot of, actually, we went through every Japanese pressing we had last night as Buy It Nows, and we ran a lot on auctions late. So let me go ahead and show these in case you wasn't watching, because I feel like most of you wasn't. This is the Eagles. Self-titled. The Eagles self-titled, Japanese pressing. This is a $45 start. This is near mint and pristine. The Eagles self-titled, near mint and pristine. Self-titled, like I said, don't get this one in as often as we do the others in the Eagles discography. Excuse me. That is a $45 start for the Eagles self-titled. And Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Southern Accents. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Southern Accents. This is going to be a $65 start. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Southern Accents. Near mint and pristine. Near mint and pristine. There's the LP. There's the Japanese insert. And there's the cover with Obi. $65 start. Has this little bit of sticker residue at the bottom. Those are $65 and $45 starts. Back up to the top. Michael Nath on Lonnie Mac. Andy Lewis wants the Alternate Tusk. And we have $45 and $65 starts on those. Let's see who's lucky. Taj Mahal. $29.99, the real thing, Taj Mahal. Recorded live at Bill Graham's Fillmore East. $29.99. $34.99. Kenneth Jank is first again. He was first earlier when I surprised it. He's first again. Belinda Dobb, you put H. Let me know if that was a miscue or if you was about to bid on something. This is the other Stevie Nicks I was telling you about. $74.99. $74.99. This is Edge of 17, a 12-inch single promo. $74.99. Recorded live at the Wilshire Theater, Los Angeles, 1981, December 13th. And these are not cheap. One had sold on eBay for $99 even. That's $74.99. Modern Records, that's a promo. Stevie Nicks, Edge of 17. $74.99. Lonnie Mack, Glad I'm in the Band. $14.99. Lonnie Mack, Glad I'm in the Band. Foo Fighters, Sealed. $34.99. Sonic Highways. This is the composite cover. So the way I understand is they made different covers. Like there's a Seattle cover, there's a New York cover, there's a Nashville cover that people are always looking for around here. Hollywood, Los Angeles. This is Sonic Highways. And probably from when this guy owned this, it's probably a first press. And that is $34.99. That's sold to it's sold to Jim Engelman. Jim Engelman, Eli was second, Will Price, then James Raynard. Neville Brothers is already sold. Buddy Guy, live at Legends. Buddy Guy is $29.99. Buddy Guy is $29.99. John Lee Hooker sings the blues, $34.99. That's my story. John Lee Hooker sings the blues. Michael Nath, first to Buddy Guy. Also first to John Lee Hooker, Michael Nath. All righty. Tom Petty and the Eagles, still looking for opening bids. Buddy Guy's already sold, and John Lee Hooker. Chris, you were second to Buddy Guy. Next is, let me take some peeks here. Make sure we don't get too many back-to-back. Here we go. This is the International Submarine Band, Safe at Home, $34.99. If anybody's needing a copy of Foo Fighters, that album is still in print. I'm sure that was a 2014, but if anybody's interested in me looking into a new copy, I think that was a really good price at $34.99. They're probably more like $39 or $42 if I have to order one to resell. But if anybody's interested, I'll put you on a waiting list for Foo Fighters. That was probably a 2014 OG. It's sealed. I'm assuming it is. When you scan the barcode, it's the same for all the pressings. So that's what that is. But if anybody wants a copy, let me know. Preston Rose on International Submarine Band. Preston, if you're a first-time buyer, thank you. This is sealed. It's a colored vinyl from the original Mono Masters from Sundazed. If you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. That's sold to you. Make sure you message our page. Make sure you message our page with your email address and your mailing address. And final call to bid on these. The Eagles is at $45. Tom Petty, we're looking for $65. No bids yet on either one, but they're about to be bought nows if you want to bid. Another John Lee Hooker, the very best of, $34.99. The very best of John Lee Hooker, $34.99. David Bowie, 1966, Record Store Day. That is $19.99, and that is sealed. Sealed David Bowie. John Lee Hooker is also sealed. It's sold to Michael Nath. David Bowie's $19.99, sealed. Jeff Buckley, Grace, $30, $29.99. $29.99 for Jeff Buckley, Grace. Donnie Moore first on David Bowie. Nick Bagaron, you were second. Ray Charles, What I'd Say. Ray Charles is $24.99. Jeff Buckley, sold to John Leal. That's sold to John Leal. And Gary Clark Jr., Live North America 2016. Gary Clark Jr. is $34.99. $34.99 for Gary Clark Jr. $29.99 for Miles Davis. Miles Davis, Birth of the Cool, white vinyl. Miles Davis is $29.99. Sarah Long on Gary Clark Jr. That's sold to Sarah. James Raynor is second. And Earth, Wind, and Fire, also sealed. $29.99 for Earth, Wind, and Fire. Fred Carnell first on Miles Davis. Sean was second. Kevin W. was third. Let's make these buy it nows. If anybody wants the Eagles, $45 buy it now. Their debut album, Japanese press, pristine with insert. That is a $45 buy it now on the Eagles. Tom Petty, Southern Accents. That's a $65 buy it now. Southern Accents. We sold a USOG earlier. This is pristine. Very, very nice. Ken, I can't do 35. I'm actually going to need 45 tonight on that. I'll be maybe slightly negotiable, but of course we have these stickered. I always start them less, but 45 right now. I can't do 35, but we can meet a little bit closer. This is sealed Fleetwood Mac, $34.99. It's a reissue. Kiln House, very nice, $34.99. And we have Rich Robbins, Record Store Day 10-inch, $11.99. And Big Twist and the Mellow Fellows, one-track mine. That is sealed, $19.99. Ken said 35. John said 40. Rockin' Shop said he would do 45. Andy wants Tom Petty. So Eddie Bruce, we for sure can go ahead and tag him with Tom Petty for $65. So this means, Ken, you can have this for 45. If you don't want it, then John Marino can have it for 45. If y'all don't want to do the $45 price, then we can sell it to Eddie. But I have a feeling one of y'all are going to want that for 45. Fred's going to pass on the Miles Davis, so give that to Sean Fairweather. Fred was first on the Miles Davis, The Birth of Cool. So Sean, you're actually going to end up with that if you still want it. John Wilson's first to Rich Robinson. John Wilson. Whoa, let me get that straight. John Wilson is first to the Rich Robinson. And then Jeff McMaster wants TM, Big Twist. This right here. That's sold to Jeff McMaster. Did I miss the auction for Hooker? That's my story. Where did you see that at? Because I priced those. I got a whole nother crate to go through, but none of that's been featured, I don't think. Where did you see that at? Let's see here. Thanks, Fred. And the hot picture. Rich Robinson from Black Crows. That's what I was thinking. Hot picture. Let me go pull that up right quick. See if I can get an idea of what you're talking about there. Well, my Facebook's still messed up. I can't click on my business page. Let's see. Let me go to a whole lot of records because I shared it in there. See if I can find that. Making sure I need to check anyway. We've auctioned Guns N' Roses. We've auctioned Black Sabbath and Falco. 16 Candles, Iron Maiden, Bon Jovi, Duran Duran, Breakfast Club. Those are all sold. I put Tom Waits and Violent Femmes in there, but those aren't for sale. Those are not for sale right now. Grateful Dead, David Bowie, Bad Company, Duran Duran. Those are all sold. Led Zeppelin's over here, and John Lee Hooker. And then if there was something in this box, this should have been everything. Unless something got pulled out, but it shouldn't have. John Lee Hooker, that's my story. I think you got that one, Michael. I think you already bought that. Here's what's left in this bin. We have Dusty in Memphis, pressed at RTI, $64.99. The Stooges is $29.99. Stand Back, Here Comes Charlie Musselwhite, $34.99. Those are all three sealed. Dusty's sealed. Stooges sealed. Stand Back is sealed. And Pebbles, I Can't Stand the Rain, also sealed, $29.99. Bob Seger is a sealed OG, $49.99. Jackie Brown, $39.99. Graham Nash, Songs for Beginners, is $14.99. That's okay. I wanted to check to make sure I sold everything already. Sarah Long on AP, Stooges, Charlie Musselwhite, and Pebbles. Yeah, they never did say on the Eagles, did they? He said give it to John. John Moreno, did you want the Eagles for $45? John Moreno, I need to know if you wanted that Eagles for $45 because somebody else had claimed it for $45, but you got dibs. So we make sure. Ken passed. Sarah got Ann Pebbles. New Colony 6 is $14.99. Stevie Nicks is $74.99. $74.99. Lonnie Mack, $14.99. Ray Charles is $24.99. That's sealed. Earth, Wind & Fire was sealed, $29.99. And Fleetwood Mac is sealed, $34.99. Still some great records in there. Those are all still available. I have more to show you. I have a whole another crate over here. First, something I was going to auction, but I'll make it a buy it now. This is $29.99. $29.99. Great Moments with B.B. King. That is $29.99. 2LP. Great Moments with B.B. King. I'll put up new Japanese stuff right now. The next bin is all check condition. All check condition. We haven't done that yet tonight. BB King is $29.99, and that's sold to Michael Nath. It's a beautiful copy. And Tanner, that one was $29.99 on BB King. Tanner says, gotcha. John Moreno must have fell off, so give both of those to Eddie Bruce. Give him the Eagles for 45 as well, unless John hops back on. Next two Japanese auctions. Let's do ELO. I'll start it just a hair less, and we'll put up some stuff that has not been auctioned yet. They may have been quickly shown very late last night, but he said he passes. Okay, so both pass at 40. We're going to sell that for 45. Next is ELO Discovery. We'll start this at $35. ELO Discovery. It was a rental record, but it is pristine. It has that rental record sticker on the front. Near mint, pristine vinyl. I thought this one was really nice, for what it is. This has got the poster with it. Japanese insert. There's the original inner sleeve. And this is a $35 start. Obi does have that rental record and catalog sticker on it. $35 start. And Bon Jovi, 7,800 degrees Fahrenheit. This is a $55 start. Figured somebody would be over this by now, as hot as Bon Jovi records. This may change your mind. It's complete with the stickers. Very, very cool. Complete with the stickers. Bon Jovi. It also has the Japanese insert. This is a $55 start. Has this Japanese insert with it. And it's very nice cover and Obi. That's a $55 start. $55 start. All right. New arrivals. New arrivals. These are all check condition, so I'll let you know the price and the condition. And, of course, the title. This is EX $17.99. Uriah Heep, Firefly. Firefly, Uriah Heep. EX $17.99. VG Plus, $19.99 for Johnny Cash at San Quentin. Columbia 2i. VG Plus, $19.99. Getz and Gilberto. That's a VG copy for $19.99. Stan Getz and Gilberto. The Kinks' Greatest Hits. A VG copy for $14.99. VG copy for $14.99. That is an original Steamboat label. Has a piece of tape on the label. That's VG condition. The Kinks' Greatest Hits, $14.99. The Safaris, Wipeout, and Surfer Joe. That is VG plus $19.99. We got two bids on Bon Jovi. Andy bid 55. Craig bid 55. Andy was in first, so Craig, you're out. John Porter first to the Kinks. John Porter first to the Kink. Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones, the Monkeys. That's also a VG copy. $9.99 for the Monkeys. VG, $9.99. Marshall Tucker Band. EX, $12.99 for the Marshall Tucker Band. Can't you see? EX, $12.99. Led Zeppelin is a VG Plus, $34.99. VG Plus, $34.99. That's a 5-digit 77 reissue, $34.99. Jesse Hood on the Safaris. Jesse Hood is at VG Plus, $19.99. Ken Frazier on Marshall Tucker. That's sold to Ken Frazier. Kevin W. wants to get Gilberto. That's sold to Kevin W. And Dan Triaga is first to Led Zeppelin. We have Ramsey Lewis Trio, Stretching Out. Ramsey Lewis Trio is a VG Plus, $14.99 for Ramsey Lewis Trio. Marshall Tucker Band, Carolina Dreams. This has the hit song, Heard It in a Love Song. EX on the vinyl. EX, $22.99. Marshall Tucker Band, Heard It in a Love Song. The Joshua Tree. EX, $57.99. It's an 87 specialty press. 87 specialty press, $57.99. Final call on Bon Jovi for $45. Belladonna, VG Plus, $14.99 for Stevie Nicks, Belladonna. VG Plus, $14.99 for Stevie Nicks, Belladonna. The Doobie Brothers, Minute by Minute. That's EX, $12.99. Toto Hydra, that's also EX for $17.99. Joe Gabriel first on Stevie Nicks. Shelby was second. Ken Frazier gets the other Marshall Tucker Band. That's sold to Ken Frazier. 10 years after, Rock and Roll Music to the World. EX, $17.99. And James Gang Thirds. James Gang Thirds is VG, $9.99. Let's end a couple Japanese auctions. ELO just got a bid. We're going to sell it. Bon Jovi is sold to Andy Wade. Andy Wade for $55. Craig also bid, but I never did hear another in or out. So that's sold for $55. Brittany Bragg gets ELO for $35. Let me grab two more out of the bin. We have Journey Frontiers, and let's do a copy of Bad Company Straight Shooter. I think we tried one of these last night that was EX. This one is, well, not Journey, Bad Company. Let me show Journey first. The cover has a little bit of wear, surprisingly. The vinyl, though, no condition notes. Near mint and pristine. Very, very nice. There's the insert. Steve Perry, Neil Sean, Steve Smith. There's the insert. There's the cover with the OB up here, Frontiers. And Frontiers is going to be a $35 start. Journey Frontiers, $35 start on Frontiers. $35 on that. Bad Company is going to be a $45 start. Bad Company is going to be a $45 start. This one is near mint and pristine. Bad Company Straight Shooter. Bad Company Straight Shooter. This is got the insert with it. This is a 2-page flip. What's this else got in it? It has some Japanese magazine clippings, it looks like. There's looks like Jimmy Page. There's Jimmy Page. Wow, is that autographed? No, it's not. That'd be awesome. Let me take another look at that. No, that's not signed. But yeah, there's some magazine clippings. Okay, and the Obi, very nice. One little crackle right here on the Obi. $45 start for straight shooter. Feel like making love. James Gang is sold to Carol Puckett. $45 on Bad, $35 on Journey. Billy Joel Glass Houses, VG Plus, $9.99. Billy Joel Glass Houses, VG Plus, $9.99. Iron Butterfly in Agata Davida, VG, $9.99. John Porter very quickly to Billy Joel. That's sold to John Porter. Eye in the Sky, shrink wrap and hop sticker. The vinyl is EX, not a bad copy. Alan Parsons, EX, that is $17.99. Eye in the Sky. This is The Twain Shall Meet, Eric Burden and the Animals, VG copy for $9.99. John Porter also wants Iron Butterfly. Sell that to John Porter. The Muddy Waters Woodstock album. Wow, that is EX. Wait a minute, what's this on the back here? Make sure this isn't signed by somebody. Let's see here. It says Jesse something. Make sure this isn't. This came from the collection where had a lot of autographs in it. Make sure John, Paul didn't set this one aside. Let's see if it's signed by somebody. I was looking for the name Jesse, but I don't know any Jessies that's significant. Or I was making sure that didn't say, what was, how did Muddy Waters sign his name? What was his real name? I'm not for sure. I don't think it's anything significant, but that was from that batch where it had a lot of autographs in it. I don't know if that's anything significant or not. We're going to sell it to somebody, though. It was already in here, and that is sold to Michael Nath. That was $37.99 EX. Tag that for Michael Nath. John Porter gets the Eric Burden, and before that, Andy Wade got Alan Parsons. So Andy Wade got Alan Parsons, John Porter on Eric Burden, Michael Nath on Muddy Waters. I think I did those. Backwards. Did anybody bid on, Derek, did you want to bid on Bad Company before I ended and make it a buy it now? And final call to bid on Journey. Prince is $39.99. It's a VG Plus, $39.99. Trivia of tonight. What is Muddy Waters' real name? Prince, $19.99. VG Plus, $39.99. Prince, Let's Go Crazy. VG Plus, $16.99. That's a 12-inch single. Let's Go Crazy. VG Plus, $16.99. Van Morrison, Moondance. VG copy, $14.99. VG, $14.99. Let's see here. Derek Hartman's at $45 on Bad Company. Final call. John Porter is first of Van Morrison. Jack, the Rod Stewart, that was a CD box set, and yes, it's already sold. John got Van Morrison, Kevin second, Kelly Cook third. REO by REO, EX 1799. James Gang, Rides Again. There's that image from that other record we had earlier. VG copy, $9.99. Santana, Welcome, EX 1799. Etta James, EX 34.99. That's 7-year itch. Etta James, 34.99. EX. Will Price, you were third or fourth on Moondance. Excuse me. Brian C wants Let's Go Crazy. That was the Prince. That's sold to Brian C. James Bragg wants REO. That's sold to James Bragg. And Cheech and Chong's Wedding Album. EX copy, $22.99. Cheech and Chong's Wedding Album. And Cheech and Chong Los Conchincos, or Conchinos. That's a VG, $12.99. Back-to-back Cheech and Chong's. Rush is EX, $49.99. OG, All the World's a Stage. That is EX, $49.99. And I was going to auction this, but I'll leave it in here. Simple Minds is $22.99. Simple Minds is EX, $22.99. And Purple Rain is a VG copy, $17.99. Toby Grimm, you're first to Cheech and Chong. Toby, let me know if you want the Wedding Album or Los Conchinos. Whichever one you don't want, Terry's going to take the other. Brian C wants, he was possibly third on Loss. Craig is first to Rush. Susie first on Simple Minds. Paul second on Rush. And Prince is still available as well. Toby wants the Wedding Album. So that means the Wedding Album is sold to Toby. And that means Terry Westwood gets Cheech and Chong. And that means Andy Wade gets Purple Rain. Ron Stoltz was second. That was an eventful bin. We've got more coming. I'm going to stretch my leg first. It's going numb. I hadn't moved around too much tonight. Oh, I'm picking it up and trying to put it behind my head. It's not quite there. Oh. I really put all my pressure on my right leg when I'm standing here. I think it's significantly stronger than my left. All right. 1999. Yes, Andy. 1999 is an 82 OG specialty press, VG Plus, $39.99. Now, Bad Company is sold, and that was to Derek Hartman for $45. If anybody wants Journey, it's a $35 buy it now. Journey is a $35 buy it now. I'm about to do a recap of this bin and clean up over here and get some new auctions started. Here we go. Eddie Bruce gets the Journey. All of our Japanese buyers are in full force tonight, racking up on the Obies. That's sold to Eddie Bruce at $35. I'm going to make a post, Eddie, but I had 2 people send me a copy of Yes. Well, I had a customer gift me a copy. I'm going to pay him for it, though. David, I'm going to pay you for it. Don't worry. I'll give you a credit. And then I bought a copy from Eddie. When I was in desperate search of the Yes Live at Knoxville Record Store Day release, Eddie owns a store in Georgia. He hit me up after he seen the post. He said, I still got a copy in stock. He shipped it to me. If you're ever in the Cartersville, Georgia area, go visit Eddie at the Rockin' Shop. Then I had David send me a copy. He picked up an extra one, and then I bought one for twice retail on eBay for like $80 after shipping. So now I got 3 copies of Yes, and I have not opened any one of them. So Eddie or David, if you see me sell a copy of Yes, it's not because I didn't want y'all's anymore, but I don't really need 3 copies. I think I'm just going to keep 1 open copy for my Yes collection, so I may sell some others. Let's see. And we have, to recap this bin, Michael Nath, Etta James was EX, $39.99. $34.99. 7-year itch, EX, $34.99. Jesse Hood wants the Safaris. I'm about to get to that. Sell that to Jesse Hood. That was a VG Plus, $19.99. Uriah Heep was EX, $17.99 for Firefly. Johnny Cash at San Quentin is VG Plus $19.99. Michael Nath wants to Etta James, so now just left is Uriah Heep and Johnny Cash. Original label, The Monkees was VG, $9.99. Ramsey Lewis Trio, VG Plus $14.99. The Joshua Tree is EX $57.99. That's an 87 OG specialty press. The Doobie Brothers, EX $12.99. Toto Hydra is EX $17.99. 10 years after is EX $17.99. James Gang Rides Again, that's a VG copy, $9.99. JC, which is Johnny Cash, that's sold to Michael Herrera. Santana Welcome, EX $17.99. And Prince, $19.99. VG Plus, $39.99. 1982 specialty. Donnie Moore wants Toto. Toto is sold to Donnie Moore. And Terry Westwood on the James Gang Rides Again. Okay, let's go through. I'm going to combine all of our new vinyl from tonight and go through some of that again. Because I like to do that around the end of part 1. If we end up taking a break, I'll let you know. Let me go through a few more things as a recap, then I'll let you know if we're going to take a break, or we might just do like we did last night and go all the way through, do a big recap on everything we showed tonight. There's still tons of great records left. I'll be negotiable a little on some of them. I posted everything that I didn't think, or everything that should have sold last night that didn't. I posted it in the group. And most of it's gone. So like I said, make sure you are sure you're passing on something before the sale's over with. So let me start with where we began tonight. Let me condense a couple bins first. There's that bin. Then I went through these. Let me do a little bit of condensing, so just bear with me for a second. Because there's still some great new releases that I have not shown yet. There's those. I think that was the very first crate. Was that the very first crate I went to? I think so. And then there's one underneath here. Maybe I went through those. Yeah, I'll condense these over here. And then it was this bin and that bin. So I think all of tonight's new arrivals are in 2 bins once again. Of course, last night we started with, I think, 9 or 10 crates, and we got it all into one. Looks like tonight, this is what we have here. I think actually these were supposed to be in the front here. Okay, let's do this. All right, bear with me. That's all the vintage condensed. Several empty crates there. Always good to see. Those, and then all of tonight's new vinyl is right here. Lots of waiting list. I'll try my best to announce those if I remember them, in case you want on something we've already sold out of. And then all the new vinyl is right here. So, let's see here. Kevin Lewinsky on Ramsey Lewis. That's sold to Kevin Lewinsky. Now I've got to find what I've done with that. Luckily, it's right here. Ramsey Lewis, that's sold to Kevin Lewinsky. And here's tonight's newest new vinyl, and especially for those that got on late that didn't know you was on a pre-order or not, this is it. So we have Run DMC. That was a new release for this week. If you don't have one already live tonight, there are 3 left. Tougher Than Leather. Run DMC is $29.99. The pre-order for that was Jeffrey Butt, Stacey Brown, Dennis Nelson, Colin Butler, Larry Spears, Jerry Stone, Ryan Rice, and Brandon Jackson. That is $29.99. I've got 3 of those. Then, new release from Dropkick Murphys, Okama Rising. That is $29.99 for Dropkick Murphys, $29.99. One of those. Avenged Sevenfold, Sounding the Seventh Trumpet. That's on purple vinyl. Avenged Sevenfold is $36.99. Paul Brothers wants a Run DMC. 2 of those left. One Dropkick Murphys. Chad Regal also wants a Run DMC. Now there's 1 left. 2 copies left of the new Cult release. It's actually a reissue of their 1994 album, The Cult self-titled. That is $44.99. U.J. Miller gets the last Run DMC. So if we sell any more tonight, it will be a waiting list. I'll have to order more. That's something I always try to keep in stock. The Cult, there is a pre-order, and I think you know if you have one already tonight, but let me read the pre-order. That was George Buchanan, James Bragg, Christina Sotar, Richard Davis, Chris Kirkley, Joe Sandinigo, John Sheehan, Jeffrey Walker, Mike Massey, John Ambrosic, Jay Conde, Kevin Jordan, Walt Cruz, Dwayne Sevilla, and Paul Bill. I seen, was it Kevin Jordan? I think I seen him yesterday at Subway. Nirvana, Incesticide is $56.99. 2LP, 45 RPM, $56.99. Savatage, Fight for the Rock, $36.99 for Savatage. Nirvana, live at the Paramount, $49.99. Nirvana is $49.99. Orange vinyl. I've sold a bunch of those. I've got 2 in here as a restock. Purple Rain is $31.99. The new Rush Signals box set, $279.99. Another Savatage, one of the more popular ones we sell, Poets and Madmen, glow-in-the-dark white vinyl, 16-page book and 7-inch splatter single, $54.99. And Ghost, if you have Ghost, yellow vinyl, $29.99 on Ghost. Also, of course, Morgan Wallen, that's got to be in another crate somewhere. Where's the Morgan Wallens? Oh yeah, I got another crate over here. There's another crate of new vinyl. Let me show it next. I'm about to say, did we sell out of Morgans? We sold a lot if we did, but I do have another crate here. Let me go through that. I'm surprised we hadn't sold out of these Iron Maidens. Let me do these. Let me do these next. We've got Elton John, One Night Only, his greatest hits. That's a live album. Only copy, $36.99. Motorhead, Kiss of Death, silver vinyl, new release, $36.99. And the Munsters, down to 3 again. Limited edition pumpkin orange vinyl, black splatter, $31.99. Jared Benoit wants The Cult. 1 copy left on colored vinyl. I think y'all know how difficult it is to get these colored vinyl Cult reissues. I'm down to 1. That one sold to Jared. The Munsters is still available. And Motorhead Motorizer. That's on blue vinyl. Motorhead Motorizer. That is $36.99. Blue vinyl. We have Morgan Wallen, his most recent album, colored vinyl, silver. I think it's silver. That's the indie exclusive, $59.99. And there was a big pre-order for that. Let me read those names one more time. Stacey Brown, Sherry Darnell, Charlie Sells, Marty Kramer got 2. Krista Moss, Davey Blair, Josh Duvall got 2. George Buchanan, Breanne Meadows got 2. Scott Fish, Linda Lamb, Jeff Johnson, Derek Bowman, Joe Musser, and Alyssa Smith. Slipknot, a restock of their self-titled album, yellow vinyl, $28.99 on Slipknot. Red Hot Chili Peppers is $39.99. By the way, then here's the Iron Maidens that came back in. That is Brave New World, $54.99. Self-titled is $29.99. And I have all 3 copies left of The Final Frontier. The Final Frontier is $38.99. 3 Iron Maiden restocks, 2 that we've definitely been sold out of for a while. All Them Die wants Red Hot Chili Peppers. Andy Wade wants Iron Maiden, Brave New World. That's sold to Andy Wade. I've got 2 copies of self-titled, and we have 3 copies of the Final Frontier, $38.99. Those are all still available. You drinking some purple stuff without me, Tanner? Okay. Different. Wow, Addison didn't come through. I could use some right now. I could use some purple stuff. Let me set this new vinyl over here. If anybody else decides they want anything, let me know. Let me figure out what the very first batch was that we showed. Let me clean up the table here. So this is a buy it now for $125. This was a no bid. Led Zeppelin, this was a no bid. Bonzo's Last Ever Gig, I need to send that to somebody tag Dallas Coop. I wonder if he has that one. Dallas, I meant to tag him in the hot picture. He collects all Zeppelin everything. I don't know if he has that one or not. And then another Zeppelin that was left over in a bin. I was about to put it back in there, but this was $74.99. That's the 77 Allied Press. George Pyros cut the lacquer on that one. $74.99. And then we had a run on Slayer albums earlier. I pulled these out of the bins. Divine Intervention and South of Heaven, $36 and $34.99. And if you're collecting the other Morgan Wallen color variants, this is on green vinyl. The green vinyl is $89.99. Let me put up the other. Slayers. Let me put those away. Still got 2 copies of that Exodus. Let me put away Morgan Wallen. Then we can start a recap of some of the vintage from tonight. Lots of great stuff left. I went through it so fast. It may look like all new stuff again. It may look like all new stuff again. I went through it so fast the first time. So let's do that. Like I said, if there's something you had your eye on, then throw an offer out here and we can talk price. I'm going to put up some new Japanese auctions. I wonder if Eddie's still watching and some of the other people that were bidding earlier, because I have more Japanese that I was waiting to get to at this point. I've got an Eagles and I got a Foreigner, 2 very popular titles. We got Foreigner Double Vision. This is going to be a $35 start. It is near mint and pristine, the classic Double Vision album by Foreigner. There's the LP, near mint and pristine. There is the Japanese insert. And then there is the cover and Obi. $35 start on that. And then the Eagles Live. Let's see what's all in it. This is going to be a $55 start for the Eagles Live. This is a 2 LP, no condition notes on this one, so that's near mint and pristine. There's both LPs. There's 2 inserts, Japanese insert, lyric insert. And we have both original inner sleeves. Boy, look at that crowd. Both original inner sleeves. The Eagles Live, 1980. I think the show was in 79. No, it's all recorded in 1980. That's a $55 start. I don't know if I have any Howard Jones or Human League left. I don't know. I don't think there's any in these bins I'm about to recap, and I think the ones we had last night we sold. Tommy Flowers, I'll sell you Earth, Wind, and Fire for $25 if you want it. Chick Corea, Return to Forever. This is a 1972 German pressing, $39.99. Steve Miller Band number 5, $24.99. Steve Miller Band number 5, $24.99. Lattimore, Let's Straighten It Out, $19.99 for Lattimore. Carole King Thoroughbred, $14.99 for Carole King Thoroughbred. The Best of King Curtis, $19.99 for The Best of King Curtis. Hubert Law's Family, $24.99 for Hubert Law's. And Laugh-In 69, $19.99. Laugh-In 69. The Wham of That Memphis Man, Lonnie Mack, $49.99. 1963 mono for Lonnie Mack. Monk, a tribute to Monk, $24.99. That is actually called That's the Way I Feel Now, with Johnny Griffin. Donald Fagen's on here from Steely Dan. Dr. John, Todd Rundgren, NRBQ. That is $24.99. Gold stamp promo. Maria Muldaur, $9.99. Mott the Hoople, Mott, $19.99. Mouth and McNeil, How Do You Do? $14.99 for Mouth and McNeil. Neil Diamond Stones, $9.99. Eric Burden Declares War, $39.99. And Joe Sample, Voices in the Rain. Voices in the Rain, $9.99. I'm actually, if you want to throw some offers out there, now's the time for anything that don't get a bid or anything in the crates. We've reached the show, part of the show now that I've went through them. This would normally be like part 2 is starting right now. I've kind of reset the table. We've done a recap on new vinyl. I'll be negotiable. The better, what I consider some of the more desirable titles that I'm surprised hadn't sold, I may not be as negotiable on that. That's just how it works. If it's something we don't get into often, I can't believe no one's bought it, I can post it very easily in a flip crate. It'll be gone. If there's something you want, though, I'll be very negotiable. Holt said he would give $100 for the Zeppelin bootleg. I actually think we have it marked $150. I think I put it up for a $125 start. You're at $100. I'll sell it to you for $110, Holt. $110. Those are one of those, I don't know how to price it. You can't get comps on them a lot unless you go to PopSpsych and try to see if someone slipped one through on eBay. but I would do 110 on it. Earth, Wind, and Fire, Tommy Flowers. This is Earth, Wind, and Fire, Earth, Wind, and Fire. It is sealed. Looks like a new reissue. The classic R&B and funk from the Masters of Positivity. And Tommy, I'll do that for 25. Back up to the top, we have Steve Botsford said he'd give 20 for Monk, and Tommy says he wants it as sticker. So, Steve, you're actually first. Let me know if you want that for $24.99. If you don't, I'll sell it for Tommy for $24.99. Let's sell Brittany Bragg, Mott the Hoople for $15. Sell that to Brittany for $15. And let's sell the Lightning Hopkins. Yes, all the Lightning Hopkins are gone. Holt said he would take Zeppelin. Holt said he'll take Zeppelin for $110. Sell that to him for $110. Thank you. Bootlegs are something I'm negotiable on. Even if they're rare, I can't sell them really anywhere else except here, or if I post them on Facebook, and sometimes they don't like that. So I'll sell them here. Tommy Flowers said sold on Earth, Wind, and Fire. And I think, was that for Earth, Wind, and Fire or... No, okay, yeah, that was for Earth, Wind, and Fire. Sell him Earth, Wind, and Fire for 25. I don't have any record store day. I don't have any record store day. Kelly said 125 on Zeppelin. Kelly, I've already sold it. Sorry, I had it up for auction earlier. All the Taj Mahals are gone. Yeah, all the Taj Mahals, all the John Lee Hooker. Anything that's probably blues related is gone. I'm going to go ahead and put Zeppelin back in the bin. This is Led Zeppelin 1, $74.99. And we got a $45 offer on the Eagles from John Porter. Let's see here. John, I will sell that to you for $45. Sell that for $45 to John Porter. And if anybody wants Foreigner, it's a $35 buy now. So this is the only thing that has not got a bid, and it hopefully may sell right now. Foreigner is a $35 buy now, and then I'll put up 2 more Japanese auctions. $35 buy now on that. Zeppelin, we've got Telly Savalas is $24.99. That is sealed. And Love, Devotion, Surrender, Carlos Santana, and John McLaughlin, $19.99. Terry, all the new vinyl is sticker price. So those are for sure sticker price. Those would be $55 and $39. So I can't discount those, especially for that much. So those are all, yeah, new vinyl, especially new vinyl is sticker price. Rolling Stones, $99.99. This is a 1967 stereo blue London. It is a 67. It's not the more desirable mono, I will tell you that. Those are very tough to find. This is a nice copy, though. Has the lenticular cover, nice jacket. That is $99.99. Paul Brothers is going to claim the Led Zeppelin 1. I was waiting. There is never a copy of Led Zeppelin 1 left behind. I can promise you that. Let me put up a couple new auctions. We're going to keep Japanese up for the rest of the night. Let me get back here to the back to some stuff that maybe I didn't run before. I'm going to try this Elton John comp, and we'll try Youthquake. There's some something we don't get in as often. So let's do Dead or Alive, Youthquake. This is EX actually, so not pristine, but let's probably just a hairline keeping it from not in that category. Yeah, it has a couple light little scuffs right here. Side A is near mint and pristine. Side A is near mint and pristine. That is up for bid. We have a multi-page flip book here. Of course, that is You Spin Me Round, their hit song, Like a Record, one-hit wonder, shrink wrap, Obi. I consider them a one-hit wonder. That's a $35 start, Youthquake. Okay, and then Elton John Best 20. This is a $45 start. I don't know if I've seen this exact variant. Where's Jack Suslak at? This is Elton John Best 20. It is on the DJM label. Crocodile Rock, Honky Cat, Have Mercy on the Criminal, Rocket Man, Lady Samantha. Great compilation. That is a $45 start, Best 20 series. Elton John, there's the original Anti-Static. There's the gatefold cover. It has a multi-page book here in the centerfold. And that is Elton John. That's a $45 start. Chris is at $35 on Dead or Alive. And before that, we had Best Price on Santana. Gus, I will do that for $17 if you want it. Santana, $17. The best price on Foreigner tonight would be $30. Kenny Heathcock, $30 on Foreigner. Return to Forever featuring Chick Corea, no mystery, $19.99. So, sell this for $17 to Gus C. That's Santana and McLaughlin, and sell Kenny the Foreigner for $30. Jack is in on Elton John, as expected. $45 on Elton John, $35 on DOA, going once, going twice. There's Chick Corea again. The Carpenters, Made in America. The Carpenters is $9.99. Peter, Paul, and Mary, No Easy Walk to Freedom. Peter, Paul, and Mary, $9.99. Ricky Lee Jones is a 1979 UK, $19.99. Mungo Santa Maria, Mungo Mania, $14.99 on Mungo Santa Maria, $14.99. Boz Scaggs and Band, $19.99 on Boz Scaggs and Band. Chris Jagger, The Adventures of Valentine Vox and the Ventriloquist. That is sealed. $14.99 from 1974. Gus C. wants Mungo Santa Maria. Final call on these two Japanese auctions before I end those. The Rolling Stones Goat Head Soup is $49.99. A 1986 press. 1986 press, $49.99. Look at Me, The Moments. This album contains French versions of Girls and Look at Me from 1975. $39.99 for The Moments. Look at Me. Lou Reed Live, Take No Prisoners. $39.99 for Lou Reed Live, Take No Prisoners. Boz Scaggs, Middle Man. Boz Scaggs is $19.99. Playing It Cool, Timothy B. Schmidt. $9.99 for Timothy B. Bob Seger, Night Moves is $29.99. Classic album, loaded with hits. Great stuff on there. Rock and Roll Never Forgets. Fire Down Below, Night Moves, Main Street. Main Street's on there. Whoa. Bob Seger, Against the Wind. That's $24.99. Sanford and Townsend, Smoke from a Distant Fire. That is $9.99. Scott Smith wants TBS. Timothy B. That's sold to Scott Smith. Let's go ahead and end these two Japanese auctions. Chris Gardner gets Dead or Alive for $35, and Jack Suslak gets Elton John for $45. Those are both sold. Here's one of the blues records that have not sold tonight. Steve Cropper, famous studio guitarist, and he was also with somebody, Pop Staples, and Albert King. This is on Stax. It's a 1969 promo, $74.99. $74.99. Albert King, Steve Cropper, Pop Staples. That's jammed together. That is $74.99. Donnie Moore said he'd give $7.99 for Sanford. Sell that to Donnie Moore for $7.99. Boz and Band still there. Yes, it's still available. It's still in there. War presents Lonnie Jordan, Different Moods of Me, $9.99. Booker T and the MGs. That's what I was looking for. Minnie Riperton is $229.99. That's a 1970 Pittman press. Kelly Bagwell says she'll take the Boz Scaggs and Band. That's sold to Kelly. The Rolling Stones, Some Girls, original unedited cover, gold stamp promo, near mint, jacket and vinyl, $64.99. And Puffin Stuff is sealed. Puffin Stuff is sealed, $74.99. Yeah, Cropper was a famous studio musician. He played on a lot of stuff. Otis Redding, The Dictionary of Soul, My. Limited edition turquoise vinyl, mono. That is $49.99. We took another dent out of that bin. One more time, last call on these. Final call. Otis Redding, Puffin Stuff, The Stones, Minnie Riperton, Lonnie Jordan, Jammed Together, Seeger, Skaggs, Lou Reed, The Moments, The Stones, Chris Jagger, Ricky Lee, Peter, Paul, and Mary, Carpenters, Chick Corea, The Stones, Telly, Joe Sample, Eric Burden, Neil Diamond, Malcolm McNeil, Maria, Lonnie Mack, Laugh-In, Hubert Laws, King Curtis, Carole King, Lattimore, Steve Miller Band, Chick Corea. Chris DeMoss, Jam Info. Jam Together is Steve Cropper, Albert King, and Pop Staples. It is a promo copy from WRSC Elmhurst College in Elmhurst, Illinois. It's a radio station promo, college radio promo. It's a 69 mono, and that is $74.99. Queensryche. I've got that over there in my Queensryche bins. Let me pull out, and I'll show you which Queensryche I want. Or which Queensryche you might want. I'll let you know the ones I want. Right, Seth?
Right.
Seth said right. He's over here playing RuneScape. No, I don't think we do. Wait a minute. I don't know if we do have any. MNOPQR. Let me get my alphabet down. I'm over here in the Huey Lewis section. Radiohead, Rage, Ramones. I've only got one Queensryche album, and I've got 3 copies of it. I need to order some. We might want to make a note of that. Queensryche is $33.99, condition human. That's the only one I have. It's new and sealed. New and sealed. All the CD box sets are sold. That's about the only other. I've got another crate to go back through. I have a whole box of CDs in the back, never shown before from this collection that are priced. So we've kind of got stuff on backup just in case we run out of new vinyl to show. I've got a whole box of CDs that I'm thinking about bringing up here, because after I go through these, we've went through everything new tonight twice. After I go through these, this is what's left of the other vintage. After I go through these, I can do new CDs, and there's some great ones. I mean, they're all great titles. Craig Ruth said he'll take Queensryche, and James Bragg wants one as well, if we can pull another one for James Bragg. Okay, let's go back through these a second time, and then if y'all are cool with that, I'll go grab a box of those new CDs. Jethro Tull, Heavy Horses, $19.99 for Jethro Tull, Heavy Horses. Steve Miller Band, Brave New World, $24.99. These are second time. If you see something you want, make an offer. Alan Parsons Project, Vulture Culture, $19.99. Vulture Culture, $19.99. John Fogerty, Center Field, $19.99. Craig and James, I've got you down for Queensryche. Joe Walsh, Recorded Live, $19.99. Joe Walsh, Recorded Live, $19.99. Alan Parsons Project, this is $19.99 on that one. And Rod Stewart, Gasoline Alley, $24.99. Clay Moore also wants a Queensryche. That was my last copy. We'll tag that one for Clay Moore. We need to make a note to restock all Queensryche for sure. Steve, I see you at 16 on Alan Parsons. I'm pretty sure that was for Vulture Culture. So go ahead and sell that to Steve Botsford for 16. John Wilson, I'll sell you Fogerty for 15. Chris Christopherson and Rita Coolidge, $14.99. That's Breakaway. The Doobie Brothers, Living on the Fault Line, $14.99 on the Doobie Brothers. Hall & Oates, No Goodbyes. Hall & Oates is $19.99. No Goodbyes. Philly Joe Jones, Advance, $26.99. Philly Jones Advance. Rod Stewart, $19.99. Sell that to Kelly Cook. And sell John Porter. He bought a Chris Christopherson earlier. We'll go ahead and sell him that one for 10. Those are sold to Kelly and John, 20 and 10. The True Story of the James Gang, that's a 1987, $24.99. $24.99. Never seen that before. R. Kelly, Gotham City Remix, 12-inch single promo, $9.99. Janis Joplin Pearl, $34.99 for Janis Joplin Pearl. Joe Jackson, Night and Day. Joe Jackson, Night and Day, $24.99. Bruce Springsteen, E Street Shuffle, $19.99. Sell Terry Westwood, the James Gang, for $20. That's sold to Terry. James Bragg, you were second. Hall & Oates, Along the Red Ledge, $19.99 for Hall & Oates. Here's a surprise. The Allman Brothers, Brothers and Sisters, classic album, $34.99. Wasted Words, Ramblin' Man, South Band, Jessica, Come and Go Blues. Those are $34.99. John said he would give 15 and 15 for the 2 Hall & Oates albums in here. Sell those to John Wilson for $30, 15 and 15. Neil Diamond, Rainbow, $9.99 for Neil Diamond Rainbow. Jay Giles on red vinyl, $29.99. Sell Steve Botsford, the Allman Brothers, for $30. I like this. Jethro Tull, Minstrel in the Gallery, $19.99 for Jethro Tull, Minstrel in the Gallery. Rockin', the Guess Who, $14.99. And John Lennon Telecast, that's an unofficial press, John Lennon Telecast. So that's all live stuff where he would have appeared on TV, $39.99, and those are the recordings. Paul Brothers, R. Kelly, $7 Sell that to Paul Brothers. The R. Kelly, sell that to Paul for $7. Dusty in Memphis, $64.99. That is sealed. Pressed at RTI. Son of a Preacher Man. The Stooges, sealed. $29.99. Capitalized here on some sealed stuff. Here comes Charlie. Charlie Musselwhite Southside Band. $34.99. Sealed. All three of those are sealed. Bob Seger is a sealed OG with hype sticker. $49.99. Specially priced 2-record set. I guess that's a hype price sticker. Jackie Brown on yellow vinyl. Quentin Tarantino film. $39.99. Featuring Bill Withers, Minnie Riperton, Bobby Womack. Songs for Beginners, Graham Nash, $14.99. $14.99. The New Colony 6, Attacking a Straw Man, $14.99. Very nice copy. Stevie Nicks is $74.99. Edge of 17, promo, not easy to get. Stevie Nicks, $74.99. Lonnie Mack, Glad I'm in Hand. Lonnie Mack is $14.99. What I'd Say, Ray Charles, that's sealed from Wax Time, $24.99. Fleetwood Mac is sealed, Kiln House, $34.99. And then here's what's left from the check condition bin. Uriah Heep, Firefly, that's EX, $17.99. Kenny said he'd give $20 for Ray Charles, sell that to Kenny. And Scott Smith is first to the Lonnie Mac. We have Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones. That's a VG, $9.99. The Joshua Tree is EX, $57.99, 87 specialty press. John Porter, I will do 15 on the Uriah Heep. I'll do 15. I think Sarah wants the track listing on Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown is Bobby Womack, Across 10th Street, Beaumont's Lament. Okay, some of this is score music. Let me give you the stuff actually by artist. Cross 110th Street, Bobby Womack. Brothers Johnson, Strawberry Letter 23. Tennessee Stud, Johnny Cash. Who Is He, Bill Withers. Bloodstone, Natural High. Pam Grier, Longtime Woman. Foxy Brown, Holy Matrimony, Letter to the Firm. The Delphonics, Didn't I Blow Your Mind This Time. The Grassroots, Midnight Confessions. I like that one. Minnie Riperton, Inside My Love. The Lions and the Cucumber, The Vampire Sound. Monte Carlo Nights, Elliot Easton's Tiki Gods. That is sealed, $39.99. John Porter said sold, and that was for Uriah Heep, $15 on that. Pisces is a stereo. That was a stereo press. EX on the Doobie Brothers, $12.99. Minute by Minute. Rock and Roll Music to the World, 10 years after. That's EX, $17.99. Santana Welcome, EX, $17.99. And Prince, $19.99. That's a VG Plus, $39.99, 1982 specialty press. VG Plus, $39.99, 1982 specialty press. I think we can fit all of our new arrivals into one bin now after thinning out about half of that one again. Any more auctions? I have a feeling David would ask that, and I forgot. We could have already sold 20 more. Forgot to put anything new up. We're going to do this absolutely dead mint copy of Eagles one of these nights, and we'll try this check condition John Lennon. Check condition John Lennon. All right, so we have John Lennon Imagine. John Lennon Imagine is a VG Plus. Let me figure out why exactly this is a VG Plus. Probably for a Japanese pressing. It's going to be very nice. I see one like hairline right here, and the other side's really nice. So yeah, there's one really noticeable mark that actually runs from here all the way down. It's one of those you got to tilt in the light on that. So very nice copy for what it looks like. $35 start, Japanese insert. Great album here. $35 start. Nice cover with Obi, John Lennon Imagine, $35 start. I've started those before for $55 and $65, I think. Ones we call absolutely mint. And then the Eagles, one of these nights, is a $45 start. And this one is flawless. One of these nights. Look at this insert. I mean, this is like perfect. Obi, the cover, the colors, the whiteness, the inside of it. Okay, those are up for auction. I cannot do that on the Joshua Tree. The best price on the Joshua Tree is $55. We had, I think I've already sold 2 this week for around that, so I'd have to have 55 on that. Terry said Neil Diamond and the Doobies for 20. Neil Diamond and the Doobies. The Neil Diamond that's in here, Terry. Let me figure out which ones he wanted. There's Neil Diamond, and there's the Doobies. Are you talking about both of these for 20? These 2 for 20? Because there's multiple Doobie Brothers albums. Do you still have Surfer Hot Rod albums? Yes, but trying to find them would be a challenge. They're somewhere back in the... John Lennon does have another insert. It's got the postcard. Has the postcard with it. Him and his pig. I do not see definitely no poster. No poster with this one, but it does have the postcard. David's at 35 on John Lennon. Give me a package. Doobie's 20. These 2 here, I would do $20 on those, unless you want the other Doobie Brothers. But this is 25. I would do 20 on both of them if you want those. Okay. He said sold. Those sold for 20. I guess 1 sticker and 1 $5 off, so it equals out. Okay, I'm going to go to the back and show you some of those new CDs. We'll probably show those right now. Anybody else want anything in here? I'm going to go try to find that box. If it's buried, I'm going to come back up here with disappointing news and tell you that I couldn't find them, but I think I know where they're at. Paul's recently priced them all. They're all different prices. There's some great ones in there. I mean, there's I think maybe even some promos. All of our vintage is now in one bin, so very easy if you want us to find something from earlier. I'll keep auctions rolling. And then, oh yeah, Stevie Nicks. Sorry, I skipped over that, Paul. $65. I had it at $75. I'll do $65 on Stevie Nicks. $65. Only thing you have to do is say, yes, I'll take it. Right, Seth? This is a lot. Let me get these over here. He said 65. Let me pull that. Well, this is a big box. Very heavy. He said these 2 boxes of CDs are priced and ready to go. They're all EX to near mint minus, unless noted. Just like we do our pre-owned vinyl. These are all... just like we do our pre-owned vinyl, these are all near mint, less noted. If you like music, there's going to be a lot of stuff in here that may be pretty pricey on vinyl. You can get it on CD. That's sold for $65. You got a hard one to get there. Final call on John Lennon for $35, and final call if anybody wants to bid on the Eagles. Actually, let me set this crate back up here because I'm going to need something to lay these on. CDs go quick. Last time I did some great CDs, they went very, very quick. We sold a bunch. Let me just grab a whole stack here and see what we have. Blues Masters, the Essential Blues Collection, Volume 5, Jump Blues Classics, $4.99. David Benoit, Waiting for Spring, Digital Master, $3.99. Blues Masters, sold to Debbie Blair. Terry, we already had a bid of Lennon. David Johnson's already at $35. I was about to end it, so we already have a $35 bid on that. This is cool. The Beatles, 62 to 66. VG Plus, $11.99. That's a UK import. UK import. VG Plus, $11.99. Romy wants the David Benoit. That's sold to Romy. Chris Gardner gets the Beatles. The band, Jericho. VG $3.99, The Band Jericho. Marcia Ball, Presumed Innocent, $3.99. Blues Masters Volume 14, More Jump Blues, $4.99. Ivan was second on the Beatles. Austin's at 36 on John Lennon. We already had 40. John Wilson first to the band. Sherry Darnell was second. John Lennon's at 40. Patrick Carter, you were third on the band. And then 41 with David Johnson. Nick Bagaron on Blues Masters. That's so to Nick Bagaron. Marcia Ball, still available. Jeff Beck, VG Plus, $5.99. All new recordings. That's called Jeff Beck, Who Else? Jeff Beck, Who Else? No, I don't think that's on vinyl. Sell that to Debbie Blair. Jeff Beck, Who Else? This is VG, $3.99. The Black Crowes. Hotel Illness includes an interview with Chris Robinson. It has music and an interview. VG, $3.99. So Debbie got Jeff Beck. Nick Bagaron was second. Debbie Blair first to the Black Crowes. Chris Gardner was second. David Benoit, This Side Up, $3.99. And Marcia Ball, Gator Rhythm. Is that Gator Rhythms or Gator Rhythms? I'm not for sure, but that's VG, $2.99. So Marcia Ball, David Benoit, and Marcia Ball. Patty, if you bid 45 on the Eagles, I'll sell it to you. David Johnson's at 41 on John Lennon. That's a final call. So the first stack, here's what's left. Marcia Ball, and David Benoit. And those were $3.99, VG $2.99, and $3.99. Terry's at 45 on John Lennon. Let me grab another handful. Next, $9.99. The Beatles live at the BBC. That's in mono. $9.99. The Beatles live at the BBC. VG Plus, $5.99. The Black Crowes, Southern Harmony and Musical Companion. VG Plus, $5.99. Bobby and the Midnights, $6.99. That's Bob Weir, of course. $6.99 on Bobby and the Midnights. And Blues Masters Volume 4, Harmonica Classics. That's $4.99, Harmonica Classics. And another David Benoit, Letter to Evan. That is $3.99, David Benoit. Let me take a pause there for just a second. Let me hide those so you can't get a sneak peek. Because before that, Romelu wanted the second David Benoit. So that one's also sold to Romelu. Then we had Debbie Blair first on the Beatles. That's sold to Debbie Blair. Chris Gardner was second. Susie Breelove was third. Marcia Ball, not Marcia. Okay, Marcia Ball. Thank you, Dennis, and thank you, whoever else had also, Greg. Ivan was fourth on the Beatles. Donnie Moore first to the Black Crowes. BC, right? That's so to Donnie Moore. Nick Bagaron on Blues Masters. That's so to Nick Bagaron. And that leaves David Benoit. I'm sure Romelu's going to buy that. And Bobby and the Midnights is still available. Bob Weir, $6.99. Bob Weir from the Grateful Dead. All right. Let's sell the Eagles to Patty Sweet for $40. Patty Sweet, you get the Eagles for $40. And John Lennon, final call, Terry Westwood's at $45. I'm going to give this one a final call. I know David set out, but I think there was two other bidders. That's $40. Patty, you got the Eagles. As soon as I sell that one, I'll put up a couple more. Let me add to this stack I've already got in my hand, and we'll show another handful here. We've got Walter Beasley, Just Kicking It. $3.99, Walter Beasley. Soundtrack to Beat Street, $14.99. Soundtrack to Beat Street, $14.99. Romelu wants the other David Benoit. I had a feeling that's coming. Sell that to Romelu. John Wilson first on Beat Street. Abbey Road, VG Plus, $9.99. Abbey Road. If John Young's watching, he'll want to see what the label looks like, unless somebody buys it first. David Bowie. I actually own this one myself. I've had it for a long time. That is $11.99. Disc 1 is near mint. Disc 2 and 3 are VG Plus. That's David Bowie, the singles. His greatest hits. That's 3 CDs, 69 to 93. John Wilson, first that time to the Beatles. He wanted Beat Street. Chris Gardner got the Beatles. Debbie was third. Ivan was fourth. Chris Gardner first on David Bowie. Donnie Moore was second. Blues Masters Volume 10, $4.99. The Essential Blues Collection. Blues Roots, $4.99. Soundtrack to Boomerang, $3.99. Eddie Murphy. Susie Bogus, Greatest Hits, $5.99 with a backstage access pass. Support. Must have been something that he helped with her tour. That's $5.99. Chris Gardner says, put back Abbey Road. So that means that goes to Debbie Blair. That goes to Debbie Blair. Boys on This Side, soundtrack, $2.99. And the White Album, $14.99. Of course, that's a 2-disc set. The White Album, disc 1 and disc 2, $14.99. Paul Brothers wants Boomerang. That's sold to Paul Brothers. Debbie Blair on the White Album. Randy was second. Sherry Darnell was third. So in that stack, Boys on This Side, Susie Bogus, one of the Blues Masters is still available, and Walter Beasley. Let me grab another handful. I can do this all night. I can do this for hours and hours and hours. Ah, this is cool. This will match for whoever got the other one. 67 to 70, The Beatles, $11.99. Disc 1 is VG, disc 2 is EX. The Beatles, $11.99, 67 to 70. Here's another cool 2-in-1. Rock of Ages, that's $9.99. The Band, Rock of Ages, $9.99. This has got the censored cover, pretty cool. The Black Crowes Amorica, they censored out the rest of it. That is a VG for $2.99. VG for $2.99. And another Blues Masters Blues Revival is $4.99. Blues Masters Blues Revival, $4.99. Billy Branch, The Blues Keep Following Me Around, $3.99. Ooh. Blues Traveler, Live from the Fall. Blues Traveler, live, $4.99. I wish they'd put that on vinyl. Okay, let me get caught up here. First to the Beatles was Chris Gardner. Chris Gardner on this one. I think he got the red one earlier, so that's that. Yes, both White Albums are together. Chris Gardner, then John Wilson, then Ivan, then Jesse Hood. Yeah, but that's Nigel's true. That White Album we just sold, they say that's one of the best sounding versions of the White Album you can get. Jesse was also next on that. Nick Bagaron on BC. That was Black Crowes. Nick Bagaron on Black Crowes. Debbie Blair on Blues Traveler, BT. John Wilson second on Blues Traveler. Sherry Darnell first on The Band. Leslie next on Blues Traveler. And we got Blues Masters and Billy Branch. Those are $4.99 and $3.99. Jeff Beck, $6.99 with Jan Hammer live. That one's pristine looking. $16.99, Jeff Beck. David Benoit, where's Romy at? This is Shaken Not Stirred, $3.99 for David Benoit. Regina Bale, Stay With Me, $3.99. This is the Beatles, BBC Volume 2. VG, $6.99. It's a mono remaster. The Beatles Volume 2. The Black Crowes, live from San Houston Coliseum, Houston, Texas. That's a UK import, $6.99. The Black Crowes live. Never seen that. And Blues Masters Volume 12, Memphis Blues, $4.99. One more. We have the Beatles, Yellow Submarine song track, $6.99. Romelu wants the David Benoit, of course. That's sold to Romelu. Next, Scotty Hypes on H. H. That might have been a miscue. John Wilson first to the Black Crows. John Wilson first to the Black Crows. Chris Gardner second. Jason Kenton third. Chad Regal fourth. Michael Church first to the Beatles. Michael Church first to the Beatles. Michael, let me know if that was for Yellow Submarine or BBC. Then Susie wants both. Then Paul commented Beatles. And then, so let's see which one Michael wanted. And then if Michael doesn't take both, Susie gets the other. So Michael wants Yellow Submarine. That means Susie gets Live at the BBC. That leaves Blues Masters Volume 12, $4.99. Regina Bell, $3.99. And Jeff Beck, $6.99. Continuing. Gato is a VG for $3.99. Gato Baribi. Passion and Fire. VG for $3.99. Pato Pontin and the Reggae Revolution. Live and kicking all over America. $5.99. The Band Anthology Volume 1. $6.99. Kelly Bagwell wants the Jeff Beck. Beck Chad. Beck is sold to Kelly Bagwell. Get these stacked up. John Wilson wants the Band. Sherry Darnell was second on Anthology. The Benoit Freeman Project. The Benoit Freeman Project, $2.99. The Beatles, their number one hits, $6.99. The Beatles' number one hits. William Bell, Greatest Hits Volume 1, $4.99. And Blues Masters Classic Blues Women, $4.99. Classic Blues Women. Susie Breelove first on the Beatles, number one. Debbie was second. Gato, Pato, Benoit, William Bell, and Blues Masters. Romelu said he'll take the other Benoit. I should have spoken out already about that. That's sold to Romelu. Leslie Holt wants the Blues Women's. Any Howard Jones? Well, I don't know what's next. You never know in these bins. By the way, I forgot to end this auction. John Lennon was sold to Terry Westwood. Terry Westwood gets this for Shoefly. That was $45 to Terry Westwood. Let me show one more stack of CDs and then I'll add another handful. I'll do another handful. Let me see what we got right here. Let me get some of these off the top so I can see the spines a little bit better. Ooh, this looks like some good stuff. Okay. Marsha Ball, Roadside Attractions, VG, $2.99, now that I know how to say her name. The Bodyguard soundtrack, Whitney Houston, Kevin Costner, Whitney Houston doing some of the, almost all the music. Also Joe Cocker. That's a VG Plus, $3.99. They just recently reissued that on vinyl for the first time. The Best of Angela Bofill, $2.99. The Black Crows, never seen that before, live in New York, August 26, 1992. Rare Live Unofficial. VG Plus, $11.99. That's pretty cool. That's sold to Chris Gardner, the Black Crows. Paul Brothers first on the Bodyguard. That's sold to Paul Brothers. Romelu wants Angela. Chad, you were second on Black Crows. Jason, you were third. Adele, 19, the debut album. On featuring VH1, You Ought to Know. That's pretty cool. Adele is VG Plus, $4.99. Debut album, probably first press. Oh, this is cool. Man, I'd like to listen to this. $11.99. Allman Brothers Band, Sweet Melissa, An Acoustic Evening. Rare Live Compilation Unofficial. A live compilation of Allman Brothers tracks. $11.99. That's sold to Debbie, then Susie, then Sherry, then Chad, and then John Young. Debbie Blair first to that one. First to Adele was Paul Brothers. First to Adele was Paul Brothers. Luther Allison, live, 1989, $4.99, Canadian import. The Best of Cannonball Adderley, that is $3.99. The Best of Cannonball Adderley. Yolanda Adams, The Experience, $3.99. Dwayne Allman, An Anthology, 2 CD set, VG, $5.99. And Gerald Albright, Giving Myself to You, that is $3.99. Okay, so here's a recap of this bin, or this stack. Gerald Albright, Dwayne Allman, and so did Debbie Blair. Kelly wants ANTH. That was Anthology, so Kelly was second, Susie was third. Yolanda, Cannonball, Luther Allison, and Marcia Ball. Those are all there. And she said, give that to Susie. Actually, Kelly was second. So it's either yours or it's Kelly's. All right. Let me grab another handful. I got thousands. So Debbie, do you want it or do you want Kelly to have it? The Best of Atlanta Rhythm Section, $4.99. Karen Allison, Ballads, Remembering John Coltrane, VG, $2.99. Give the Dwayne Anthology, well, that was a major tongue twister. Give the Dwayne Allman Anthology to Kelly. Almost Famous, $6.99. Almost Famous, $6.99. Greg Allman, Just Before the Bullets Fly, VG, $3.99. Real Life Al Sadi, $3.99. And wouldn't you know it, it's David Benoit, Shadows, $3.99. Back in Black, AC/DC, VG, $4.99. Also has the Live at Donington DVD. Also has a live DVD as well. That's VG, $4.99, AC/DC, CD and DVD. Donnie Moore got the Atlanta Rhythm Section. That's so to Donnie Moore. Chad Regal on AT. I think he meant Almost Famous. Is that right, Chad? Did you mean AF and it auto-corrected to at? I think Chad gets that, Almost Famous. John Wilson second. Sherry Darnell third. Susie Breedlove first on Greg Allman. Jedit wants YA. YA was probably an autocorrect. Nick was second on Greg Allman. Susie is first to AC/DC. No, Debbie first on AC/DC. Then John Porter. This is not a duplicate. Rami Lou is not a duplicate. And Real and Karen Allison. Same shipping cost for the CDs. $7 unlimited shipping all week. If you buy one CD, whoop, had a spill. Whether you buy one CD, one LP, or if you buy 200 CDs, I'll ship them to you for $7. As many as you want to buy or as few as you want to buy. But yes, $7. My stacks are getting thick. Let me reposition these. I'm almost done. Oh, Lowanda Adams. My bad. Sell that to Jedit. Jedit gets Yolanda. Okay. Let me grab some more here. Let's see what we got. I'm almost done with the top layer of this box. Let me grab right here. All right. All by myself. 70s breakup songs. We need that on vinyl. VG Plus, $3.99. All by myself, Eric Carbon. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Meatloaf, Love Hurts, She's Gone, Ain't No Sunshine, Selhan, The Commodores. We Just Disagree. Those are all breakup songs. VG Plus, $3.99. That's sold to John Wilson. You put that on after you break up with your girlfriend or boyfriend. The Very Best of Gerald Albright. That's a VG Plus, $3.99. Vibrant, The Very Best of Roy Ayers, $3.99 UK imports. Picking Up the Pieces, The Very Best of Average White Band. That's a VG, $2.99. Patty Austin Live, $3.99. AC/DC High Voltage, $6.99. Here's a cool one. Never been reissued on vinyl. Only can get it on CD or OG, very expensive vinyl. Aerosmith, Just Push Play, $6.99. That's a Best Buy exclusive. Best Buy exclusive. And Luther Allison, Soul Fixin' Man. Luther Allison is $4.99, Soul Fixin' Man. All right, let me go back to the top. So the 70s breakup songs with the John Wilson, Vicky second, John Duran third. Please go back to records soon. That will be tomorrow at 7 o'clock when we're going to go back to records. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Chris Gardner wants breakup songs, so he was fifth. Jesse Hood, first on AWB, Average White Band. That sold to Donnie Moore. Susie Breedlove, first on AC/DC. That sold to Susie Breedlove. Claymore, second. Debbie Blair, first to Aerosmith. I've had an OG of that before. We sold it for a lot. Jared was second, and Susie was third. So here's what's left in this stack. Luther Allison, Soul Fixin' Man, $4.99. Patty Austin Live is $3.99. Vibrant, the very best of Roy Ayers, $3.99. The very best of Gerald Albright, VG Plus, $3.99. All righty, here's another stack. We have Blues of Alligator, Best of the Blues. That's an Alligator Records compilation, $4.99. Blues of Alligator, $4.99, Best of the Blues. Gerald Albright, Grooveology, VG Plus, $3.99. Cannonball Adderley, 4 LPs on 2 CDs. This is Cannonball Adderley, Sophisticated Swing, the Marcy Small Group Sessions. That's $5.99. Herb Albert, North on South Street. Herb Albert is a promo, $4.99. And the Allman Brothers, An Evening with the Allman Brothers. Music on Vinyl has this in stock. It's not cheap, though. It's like $56.99. That's $4.99. I do have High Voltage on vinyl. I don't have Aerosmith Push to Play. I wish they would repress that. It must be something contractual. But if you want the big version of High Voltage, well, this looks gigantic compared to the CD we just had. It looks like some kind of foreign entity. $31.99 for High Voltage. $31.99 for that. John Wilson needs to put back the Who box set he got earlier. Debbie Blair on Blues. Blues of Alligator. That's so to Debbie Blair. Susie Breedlove on CB. That was, I'm not for sure. And Jedit gets Roy Ayers. I think that was something from the last stack. Uh-oh, let me try to find that. Right here. That's so to Jedit, Roy Ayers. I got that. Donnie Moore first on Herb Albert. That's so to Donnie Moore. Debbie Blair first to the Allman Brothers. Susie was second. Sherry Darnell was third. And Jared said he'll take AC/DC on vinyl. Nigel was going to get the Who box set, so change that from John Wilson to Nigel Del Rocket. Oh, CB was Cannonball Adderley. That's sold to Susie, Cannonball Adderley. So that just leaves another Gerald Albright, Grooveology. That was VG Plus, $3.99. Okay, let's get another handful of... I've seen some of these on CD, and they're either recently been reissued for the first time on vinyl, or they've never been on vinyl. This has been recently reissued on vinyl, I think, in the last few years. The Allman Brothers, American University, we've had it before, 1970. That is $9.99. Allman Brothers Live, 1970, $9.99. Thad Bosley, or Bosley, Thad Bosley, Who Can Change the World? That's Gospel Funk Soul. Gospel Funk Soul, $3.99. The Atomic 80s, that's cool. The Atomic 80s, 2 CDs, only $2.99. It's VG, great compilation. VG, $2.99 on that. Atlantic Star, Secret Lovers, the best of Atlantic Star, $3.99. And Partially Plugged, Atlanta Rhythm Section, 25th Anniversary. That's VG for $2.99. VG for $2.99. Let's see here. We got that for Jared Benoit, the AC/DC. Chad Regal, first on the Allman Brothers Band. That's so to Chad Regal. John second. Susie third. Nick needs to put back the Bowie LP from earlier. She already has that one. Which one was that? John Wilson on the 80s. John Wilson on the 80s. Vicki Allison was second. Leslie was third. Donnie was fourth. John Wilson on AS. I think that was for... John, was that Atlantic Star possibly? Atlantic Star. And then Donnie Moore on Atlanta Rhythm Section. And that leaves the the Gospel Funk Soul for $3.99. That was Atlantic Star, so those are all correct. Man, I don't like putbacks this late because that means it's going to be tough to sell again. I don't mind putbacks like within the first, when they're sold, but like now it's like, oh man, now we'll never sell it again. Sometimes we get lucky and we do, but man, these putbacks are like cursed. Who am I buying? You're buying the Who Live. It's a 2 CD box set, and it was 3 CD box set, $19.99. AC/DC Highway to Hell, $6.99. Jedit wants the Bosley. That's sold to Jedit. Allman Brothers, Where It All Begins. The Allman Brothers is $4.99. Leslie, you were second on the Funk Soul. Luther Allison, Hand Me Down My Moonshine. Luther Allison is $5.99. And another Gerald Albright, Smooth. That's a VG Plus, $2.99. All right, let me get these situated. We tagged that for Jedit. Leslie was second. Debbie first on AC/DC. John Wilson was second. And Susie's first on the Allman Brothers. So we have Luther and we have Gerald Albright. All right. We've got another Gerald. Boy, we got everything he's ever put out. Gerald Albright. That is Live at Berlin West, $3.99. No Stranger to the Dark, the best of Greg Allman, VG, $3.99. The best of Greg Allman, VG, $3.99. Luther Allison again, Live in Paris, $4.99 for Luther Allison, Live in Paris. Gerald Albright, Just Between Us, $3.99. For the Record, Alabama #1 hits, 41 #1 hits. That's a lot. That's on the country charts, of course, but that's a lot of #1 hits. $44.99. Is that 41 #1 hits? That's incredible. Maybe that's #1 hits, 41 tracks. That's incredible if that's true. The Allman Brothers Live at Ludlow Garage. That's a good one. That's a good one. 2 CD remaster, $11.99. All right, let me figure out what we had here. We had a GA. That was Greg Allman for Debbie Blair. GA for Greg Allman. No, that would be Susie, I think, first on Alabama. AB, that's for Alabama. John Wilson second. Leslie third. Chad Regal on the Allman Brothers Band. This goes to Chad. John Wilson second. Susie third. Okay. I'm almost done with the top row, and we'll either keep going or I'll stop there. But I have everything we've shown is the first half of the box. I'm done with the top. Row. So another Aerosmith that's kind of hard to get. Music from Another Dimension, $5.99. Aerosmith. Music from Another Dimension. Another Allman Brothers, Hitting the Note. That's $4.99. We had an original of that not too long ago. It was not cheap. Herb Albert, Midnight Sun, $3.99. And Boys in the Hood, music from the motion picture, Boys in the Hood. That's $9.99. $9.99. AN was Allman Brothers. Kelly, you still would have not been first on that one. Let's see. Susie Breedlove on AB. That was Allman Brothers. Donnie Moore first on Herb Albert. Let's see. LP. Yes, Outer Sleeves, a pack of 100 is $29.99. And then Inner Anti-Statics, a pack of 50 is $23.99. John Duran wants Boys in the Hood. Craig Johnson, LP for Night, the only one I bid on. What is, Nick, can you let me know the name of it, though? I don't remember which one you bought either. David Bowie? If you remember the name of it, somebody might buy it. We have everything already tagged and kind of put away. We'll have to dig it out. Wow, Aerosmith's still available. $5.99. Aerosmith is $5.99. $5.99. I'm going to leave those right there. Let me see what I've got left in here. Let's see here. Let me do this side pocket right here. Let me do this side pocket. I don't think we'll finish the box tonight, even though we've got, he's already got 3 more boxes priced, I think. So we got to show him at some point. But Let's see what we got here. Let's see here. Nick does not know the title. Okay, I don't either. Sarah Long wants a pack of inners and outers. It was a Bowie Hits compilation. Well, I don't remember that. I have no clue. 3 mil. Yes, 3 mil. Aerosmith sold to Paul Brothers. I was waiting for that. That's sold to Paul Brothers. Okay, we have another Adele. This is a Target exclusive. VG Plus, $5.99. Adele, 25. That's VG Plus, $5.99. Gerald Albright, Bermuda Nights, $3.99. Herb Albert and the Tijuana Brass Classics Volume 1 contains whipped cream. This is the full whipped cream album and others on here, $4.99. The Allman Brothers, An Evening with the Allman Brothers, first set, $4.99. Another Gerald Albright. Boy, we got like 20. That's what most of this stuff that hadn't sold. It's all Gerald Albright. Dreams Come True, $3.99. And Cannonball Adderley in Japan. Cannonball Adderley in Japan. That is $4.99. Cannonball Adderley in Japan. Gus C. first on Herb Albert. Gus C. first on Herb Albert. Susie first on the Allman Brothers. Jesse was second. And I think we're caught up. So more Gerald, more Gerald. There's Cannonball Adderley in Japan. Adele 21 is a VG, $9.99. Deluxe Target exclusive. Adele 21. Shades of Two Worlds, the Allman Brothers, $5.99. I can tell we're in the A section if y'all hadn't noticed. After 7, VG Plus $3.99. We started with the A box. VG Plus $3.99. And here's another Aerosmith. Honkin' on Bobo. Honkin' on Bobo. That is sealed, unopened, $6.99. I'll do 36 on the Joshua Tree. You are still 14. You're still $19 away. Or I can sell you a new copy for $44.99. Chad Regal, first to the Allman Brothers. That's sold to Chad. Susie, second. Kelly, third. John Wilson, first on Aerosmith. So in this stack over here, here's what's left. Luther Allison, Gerald Albright, Luther Allison, Gerald Albright, Adele, Gerald Albright, Cannonball Adderley, Adele, and After 7. Boy, how many more of those do we have too? I think we've got, there must have been on his shelf, there must have been that much Gerald Albrights. Probably at least 20, because I think there's more in this box. I'm going to try to pull enough out where I can fit the rest of them back on the same layer, and then I'll know what we hadn't been through. But this little stack here, I see several that will be instant sellers, especially this first one right here. This is $9.99. Sgt. Pepper's, $9.99. Regina Belle, Passion, $3.99. Anderson, if for some reason that Allman Brother, or excuse me, Anderson, if that U2 does not sell for like the next, if that doesn't sell in the next month or two, I'll discount it that significantly. But I promise you, it will be gone very soon. First, Paul Brothers wants both Adele's in here. He got 19. Now he's going to get 21 and 25. Those are all sold. Paul Brothers, Adele. All right. Stack those up. First out of here, first of the Beatles was Debbie Blair, then Chris, then John. Let me stack these over here. Let me get a new stack going. Next is Big Boss Band George Benson, $3.99. Big Boss Band George Benson, $3.99. And Blues Masters New York City Blues. That is $4.99. Blues Masters New York City Blues. The Beatles is $6.99. The Beatles Love, $6.99. Well, that looks cool. The Black Crows Hard to Handle, UK single import, $4.99. Check that out. Hard to Handle, UK single import, $4.99. David Benoit for Romelu, Moments, promo single, $2.99. Bobby Bland and BB King, Together Again Live, $6.99. Black Uhuru is $6.99. The George Benson Collection, $4.99. And Blind Pig Sampler Prime Cuts. Blind Pig Sampler, $4.99. Blind Pig Sampler. Okay, Chad Regal first on Black BC, which is Black Crows. That's sold to Chad Regal. Chris Gardner, you were second. John Wilson third. Donnie Moore fourth. Nick Bagaron said he will take the David Benoit. That's sold to sold to Romelu on David Benoit. And then GB, which was George Benson Collection. That's sold to Nick Bagaron. And that leaves Blind Pig Sampler, Prime Cuts Volume 2, $4.99. Black Uhuru, red, $6.99. Bobby Bland and BB King, Together Again Live, $6.99. The Beatles, Love, only Beatles CD that has not sold, $6.99. That on vinyl is about $55. That's sold to Gus C. Beatles Love. Blues Masters is $4.99. And Big Boss Band, another George Benson featuring Count Basie Orchestra, $3.99. $3.99. What time is it? It's just 11:02. We're going to do one more handful, okay, Tanner? We're going to do one more handful, and I think everything I can fit, everything that had sold into this bottom layer, and I'll know where I've stopped. Let's do this right here. Blues Masters, this is the essential. This is like a compilation, I guess, of everything from earlier. That's VG Plus, $3.99. Blues Masters Volume 2, Post-War Chicago Blues, $4.99. Sherry, you were second on the Beatles Love. George Benson, Twice the Love. George Benson is $3.99. The Best of David Benoit, 1987 to 1995. That's a VG, $2.99. Anita Baker, Compositions, $3.99. Bobby Bland, Years of Tears, $4.99. This is a sale. Black Sabbath, Paranoid, VG copy, $5.99. Blind Pig Sampler, Prime Chops is $4.99. And Love Remembers, George Benson, $3.99. $3.99. Back up to the top. Last thing was Love. Sherry Darnell, Debbie Blair on the Blues. I'm assuming that was for the Blues Masters Essentials. Sell that to Debbie. Nick Bagaron on BM. BM. What was that? Blues Masters. There's two. There was one Debbie got, and there was actually another one, Post-War Chicago Blues. So let me know if you wanted the one Debbie got. If so, you'll be second. Nick Bagaron's first on George Benson. Do you have Rock or Bust on vinyl? I believe I do. Give me 1 second. Anita Baker is sold to Donnie Moore. Susie Breedlove on BS, which was Black Sabbath. Susie was second. Romelu gets the other David Benoit, of course. That's not a duplicate. They're all different. Michael Church third on Sabbath. Gus C fourth. John Duran fifth. John Wilson wants both Blind Pig comps. Both Blind Pig comps. There's one, there's two. Those are John Wilson's and John Wilson's. Blind Pig, Blind Pig. Nick Bagaron on George Benson again. There's George Benson again. Doc, I just sold Anita Baker, and Debbie wanted the first one, the one Nick got. Okay, Doc, there's a ton of stuff left over from tonight that you will be interested in. You'll definitely want to go back and try to rewatch the feed, or you'll want to catch the post video. There's a ton of stuff that jazz and not so much blues, but definitely some stuff that I feel like you would have been interested in. It's all right here in this bin. We are done for the night, though. We have been through everything 3 times, and we've been through about, 100 CDs or more? Probably more than that. There's more. We'll bring those out whenever I run out of new vinyl to show. Late at night, we'll bring out new CDs. We've only got like 10,000 to show you over the next year or so. So that's the end of tonight's show. We'll be back live tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Paul and John will be here tomorrow. That means we're going to have a lot of vinyl. A lot of vinyl. Where's the video posted? They're always posted on our page. So after it's over, you got to get a few minutes to post. But all of our shows, thousands of them, you can go back and watch shows from 3 years ago. All those streams, all the different videos. So, all right. Debbie said she'll take part 2. That was Chicago, so that's sold to Debbie. That's sold to Debbie. What doesn't sell, I'm going to keep all these in a certain area, and then I'll probably figure out what to do with those later. They'll be for sale here in the store, or we'll do something with them. So we were in the A's and the B's. We was in the A's and the B's, so a lot more to key in. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, 7 o'clock Central. We'll do this all again, right, Seth? Seth's got 10,000 CDs to key in. Sure, that's going to make him very happy. And we are done for the night. See y'all tomorrow.